This episode of the Firebirds Fan Zone is brought to you by Kyle Garman Realtor. Whether it's your forever home or that perfect desert getaway, Kyle Garman and his team at Keller Williams have the experience, integrity, and tenacity you can depend on to make the dream of home ownership come true. The Fan Zone is also brought to you by DesertDefenseLawyers.com. It's a fact that bad things happen to good people, and DesertDefenseLawyers.com is there to make it better when it does. DesertDefenseLawyers.com has been keeping good folks out of the penalty box since 2008. The Firebirds Fan Zone is all about sharing the Coachella Valley Firebirds fan experience, so if you're enjoying the show, please remember to subscribe and hit the notifications button so you never miss an episode. If you're really enjoying the show, please feel free to share it with the world. And of course, hit that like button. Okay, if you're ready, we're ready, so let's get into it. 3, 2, 1...
Firebirds goal! Scoring his 13th goal of the playoff. The captain, number 17, Max McCormick, assisted by number 19, Cameron Hughes. Welcome to the Firebirds Fan Zone with your hosts, David and Kyle.
Wow, that's pretty good. Let's go. You ready to rock and roll?
We are rocking and rolling.
So this one is real interesting, right? Because this is the first time we're actually doing one on location.
On location.
It is a very, very special episode. Look at that grin on his face right now, right? First things first, though. First of all, welcome, Firebirds Fan Zone. Good to have you here. We are at Porta Via on El Paseo with the inimitable Magic Matt Tennyson. Can I call you Magic Matt?
Sure.
It's a stupid name, but I'll call it to you anyway.
Is that the first time you've ever heard
this
that
is your
one?
show.
Yeah, right?
I haven't heard that. But
No, see,
The
right?
Magic Matt.
All right, first things first, though.
Yeah.
Let's do proper business first.
We'll just thank everybody again for all the support, for watching the show, supporting it, liking it, and sharing it. I think
You're going to need to be closer to that mic, I can tell you.
that last few thank yous from the K's episode, I think out in the arena, a lot of people love that episode.
That was good. That was a lot of fun.
So awesome. Thanks,
That was
guys.
a lot of fun.
Just keep checking it out. We appreciate it.
Yep, keep liking, keep sharing, keep doing whatever you do on social media.
So why are we here?
So check this out, dude. Last night, at the time of recording, the Firebirds sealed up round 2, headed to round 3 against the rain.
you're exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
Matt was there. You didn't get to see him because you were. I was unfortunately not present last night. I was driving, so I got to listen to you guys, and it was a lot of fun. We're going to talk all about that, but as we always do, we are going to talk about you, man. What have you been doing?
Yeah, what's been going
since
on,
we
brother?
talked last?
Man, a lot. I feel like I've been enjoying my.
Nice and close. Nice
I
and
think
close.
I think we got him. Levels
Okay,
are
good. All right.
We're getting thumbs up. We're
I've
okay.
been enjoying my retirement.
You're not very good at it because apparently you weren't retired during your retirement.
Yeah, I took a quick retirement, and then Brady and Gronk did it. I thought maybe it worked for me, but no. I went to Switzerland, and it was one of those things that was a bucket list thing.
How'd that come about?
Yeah.
I was actually on the beach in Cabo on vacation with my wife.
Is it vacation if you're retired?
I mean, I was enjoying my retirement
Okay.
There
you go.
I started.
So, like, Giselle, was the wife a little upset that you guys are having this conversation? Like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about playing again.
Yeah. Actually, it was more well received than I had initially thought.
Which is also
we like that.
problematic if you think
Yeah.
about it. It's a little troublesome.
I think she probably realized that I still had a little bit of an itch to
Okay.
scratch, and I think Europe and Switzerland specifically was a place that was kind of always on my mind that I wanted to.
So you're on the
experience.
beach, right? So
I'm drinking a margarita right in front of the pool on a chair, and I got a call from my European agent, and he was like, "Hey, you want to come for a playoff run in Lugano?" And
So they were already playing, and they were getting ready for a playoff run.
their season's almost over. So
And
it was,
and you're not even in.
February 10th or something.
Holy cow.
Something like that.
But
So-
you weren't even in hockey shape. Like you weren't
No,
playing.
I mean I was like still working out. I enjoy working out anyway.
Right.
So it's not like I wasn't in shape.
I'm not saying you're
I
not in
wasn't
shape.
hockey shape.
I said
Yeah, what are you saying
I
over
said
there?
hockey shape, right?
Right.
I
You
did say
You did.
I said
But-
hockey shape because there is a difference.
Yeah, there is a difference, but honestly, I didn't take that much time off. I had
Right.
been skating more like men's league skates, but like honestly, that was probably better for my conditioning because you take like 2-minute shifts, 3-minute shifts in men's league. You're just
Oh yeah, so you're just
buzzing
constantly
around,
going.
dying, and then you get off when you can't breathe basically anymore. So I felt like, I mean, they gave me time. They knew I hadn't played all year, and they were like, we'll give you a little grace period to get your legs back under you.
And then get
That's
to the
wild.
airport and get the hell over here.
Yeah.
What team was it?
It was Lugano.
Lugano,
And,
yeah.
Lugano.
it's,
I had them in my brackets.
Did they make the playoffs?
Yeah, so I played the last regular season game, and they kind of have a similar like play-in series if you finish at a certain position. So we had a 3-game play-in series with like their rival, which was like 45 minutes up the road. It was actually really cool.
How was the environment? Was it
experience.
like
yeah,
loud,
it was-
crazy?
You know what? You guys don't watch soccer. I think we talked about this
No,
last time.
sorry, man. Yeah.
But you know the fans, like how
Watch World Cup. I
how
like
crazy
watching World
they
Cup.
are, and they're
Yes.
screaming the whole game, like waving flags,
Really?
dancing.
They're
the
passionate.
entire game, like it doesn't matter. Like the whole period, they're doing something. So
I respect it.
It was
Love that.
a different kind of atmosphere, I guess. It's
Did you know any of the guys when you walked in the dressing room for the first time?
I had played with Mirko Mueller. He played on the Devils with me, and
Okay.
and in San Jose actually, we kind of came up together in San Jose as well.
Okay.
So
Good to see him
he was
again.
A guy, yeah, good to see him, and he was just kind of helped me. He's actually Swiss, so he was
Showed you
he
around.
had
So he's
been there
on
for a
time.
yeah, he had been there for a few years, and yeah, he showed me around and showed me all the good restaurants and whatever to hit up. So unbelievable city, right? It's like 20 minutes from the Italian border.
Oh wow, way
That
up
would
there.
be. That'd be. Yeah.
So it was a 25-minute drive to Lake Como.
Did you go see George
I
and
tried.
Amalia?
Yeah, we went, but didn't see him. An hour to Milan, so we got to go see some cool parts of the world that I had never been to.
Yeah, I
so-
think that's the best part, right?
which, yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of like the dream of going to Europe was you go to play hockey, you get paid to play hockey, but you're also
You get to go
able
see. You get to see some
explore-
things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
How deep did you guys get? How many games?
so we played a best of 3 series. We won that, and then we went to Game 7 and lost against Freeburg. So it was a tough way to go out in another Game 7 in the playoffs. But
Did it
In the second round, though,
re-traumatize
right?
you?
yeah, it was the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Still.
But still,
I
it's
know.
another
I had
Game
7
7
games.
loss.
Was it
Yeah.
overtime Game 7?
It was not overtime.
Okay.
It was, I
So it
think,
wasn't a
4-2.
full
It
rehash
was-
of the trauma.
No, it wasn't. But they were probably the better team, honestly. So,
Okay.
but it was a great experience. I'm really happy I went, and I think the wife was probably happy with it only being for 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Sure.
instead
Yeah,
of,
I'm sure.
6-7 months, which is another conversation. Part of the reason I wanted to retire, and was partially my body taking time to recover, which I'm glad it did because it felt much better, playing over there, a little softer.
Feel like you played better?
league. You just, not waking up with back pain in the morning is
How's the
always-
back?
Well, that's last
It's
time we
okay,
talked.
I
That
mean-
was the whole thing, right?
Yeah, it's one of those things I'm gonna probably deal with for the rest of my life. But I'm pretty good at managing it. But at this point, I like I said, I like to work out and take care of my body. So that's part of that is making sure all the muscles around it are strong enough to
Right.
Stay flexible.
support it and
Stay
flexibility,
flexible.
Stretch and
exactly,
strengthen.
mobility
Stretch
and all
and
that.
strengthen.
So
Yeah.
that's it's routine for me, honestly, at this point. But feels
Right on.
feels all right.
Now, is the itch fully scratched,
I was just
or
gonna ask that. How
Yeah.
did you know?
we're like
How
this?
Good chemistry.
How
Simpatico,
did
yeah.
you know? Yeah. Did we feel
You
like
know
we got?
what?
Did we get there?
I thought when I said, I wasn't going to play, come back for another year, I thought that was it. And then I was on the beach and I ended up playing again.
Yeah.
So, never say never, but I'm pretty sure it's always, one of those things you have to wait and see what happens and see what the opportunity
That's such
is.
a
because
nice tailored response, I think. But I think it's a
very
real. I think it's
careful.
real though.
It's
Until the
not-
moment shows up, you can't answer today. What?
Well, another part of that is I would only go and play again for the right opportunity. And until that opportunity is presented, then there's no decision.
So
for me
like,
to
what
make.
if
So
what
I'm
if the
just-
Birds decided to call you up and be like, "Hey man, you want to strap on your skates? We're in round 3."
I don't even know if that's possible at this point.
I don't think it is.
I think
I-
contractually
Right,
not.
but you would do it
I mean, if we're talking,
if you could.
if we're in the finals and we get 2 guys that go down, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, we need
It's like, hey
you,
man, we
like,
need the old
I don't
lefty.
think
Come on in.
That's legal to do that.
No, but you.
No, they'd have to
Maybe.
pull from Kansas
You'd show
City,
up
right?
If I had to for the boys,
That'd be
I
so
would.
sick.
Yeah.
What did you think of that round that we played against
Yeah.
Calgary?
It was interesting.
Because you played them. You played them last season,
Yeah.
so you know who they were. Obviously going into this round, but we had the bye. What do you think about the bye? I mean, do you think that's like helps, hurts? Where's your head on that?
Yeah, we talked about that on the broadcast a little bit. Just what's good, what's not, what's too much rest. There's a ton of factors that play into that.
I know managing it matters. That comes from the top down.
I think 12 days was too much.
That's a lot.
I think it's one of those things where like too much rest is probably
So
detrimental.
I got so in my brain, 12 days, 8.5 of them you're practicing your asses off as if you're game, but I guess it's not, right?
It's not. No, I mean, for a hockey player, especially that deep into the season, like where you're just going into playoffs, you had obviously another very successful season. You have the momentum.
That's a big thing.
The car's tuned up, like it's ready to go.
Right,
when
that's
you,
what I
when
think.
you let it sit for a little bit, the rhythms and things just become off. Like you can practice all you want, but nothing.
Is that what happened game one?
Had to be.
I mean,
right?
You can blame whatever. You could try to blame that. You could blame just Calgary playing a good home game.
Yeah, that's
They're
true.
ready
That was
to
their home
go,
opener.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That it's a unique situation in the American League where you play 5 games, you win the Pacific Division, and then your first playoff game's on the road. So, that happens.
But they made that decision. The Birds
For sure. No.
said, this is what we wanted. And I agreed with it, actually. It's kind of the Super Bowl.
They could have done the opposite. They could have
they want to
started
know,
2 at home, but then they would have had
because
to
a
go
lot of
3,
people
so.
online, I kept getting blown up like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Why did they do that? And I get it from a strategic perspective, like, hey, let's go on the road, let's get it over with, let's see what we got to deal with coming home. But
and they did what they needed to do in that situation.
Yeah.
Take one. Knew they didn't play great. I think talking to the staff and stuff, they knew they had to do something.
What was the
Definitely
talk?
made adjustments.
What was the talk? I mean, were you around that stuff and then what you were hearing?
I mean, not for the in-Calgary part, but
right.
talking to them. I was in the coach's office last night after the game. Just
What were they saying?
talking.
Like the difference?
Yeah, I mean, they said that last night's game was their best game of the series, like by far. And I mean, to me, it showed. I wasn't able to watch the games in Calgary, but just looking at the box score, talking to the guys and everything, it was even game 3. It was just a different feel. Like you could just tell
when
they
you
were
were
in control.
watching.
They were in way control.
Yeah, let's see. They again. I only listened, but the way Evan Pittman calls a game, dude, I felt like I could see
I like
it.
it though because you got
He's
the audible, I got the
so
visual.
It sounded to me like they dominated.
Yeah.
90%. There was a little stretch there at the end of the second where they kind of, and they had opportunity. But what did you see through your experienced eyes? What did it actually look like?
Last night,
Yeah.
I think they dominated in the O zone and also they were good enough in the D zone to prevent too many opportunities from.
Agreed.
But to have a good offense, you need a good defense that starts the play and gets the forwards the puck, and then they can spend the time wearing the other team down in the O zone. And I just felt like the pressure was, way more relentless than Game 3 in the O zone, which just led to a more tired team as the game went on.
That's what you were saying in the car, yeah.
Well, I kept thinking, did you talk to the boys? Did you guys have a session? Because I remember we had talked the last time about that a little bit, how maybe kind of defensively I don't know if you'd had a conversation with them at all.
No, I mean,
because they made some adjustments that were impressive. They looked more aggressive.
I mean, we had on Game 3, I think we gave up first 4 goals were penalty kill goals. So, and Stu runs the PK and he runs the defense. So I think there was a very firm talking to.
To say the least, I'm sure.
That's just not acceptable in the playoffs. Regardless of the circumstances or puck luck or whatever you want to call it.
There were a couple of attacks where Calgary's offense got behind the D, like blatantly, like shoplifters getting out of the store first. It was
I think it was just a responsible game last night. They just played the right way, and the way that they've had so so much success this
And they didn't
season,
stretch it out to the final game. I felt like it was a
Yeah,
statement
right.
game.
Yeah,
you know,
for
hey,
sure.
we got to take care of business at home.
Yeah.
Let's not drag this out. I mean, no offense. Last season was fun, and that was great. But let's not
It's
drag
fun
it
for us.
out.
Yeah.
Let's just end it. And
Yeah.
I think we felt
Trust me, we didn't want to go
No,
that long.
yeah.
that's what we were talking about in the car right over too. We're also like, you know, those guys didn't want to drag it out last year. That's not a want.
I mean, the worst thing about triple overtime is they shut the bars down in the third period. So,
right? Everything was
you
shut
know,
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think you would have, from having that? Do you think you would have benefited from having that rest? Not to beat a dead horse, but I mean, because you guys played a lot of games last year on the road. You traveled a ton. So because like this next round, it's Ontario. It's like down the road.
Yeah.
You guys were traveling a lot, and you didn't have that first round bye.
Me personally,
Yeah.
I would have loved it just because older guy with back issues.
Yep.
Like I'll take the rest all day, and I feel like I'm mature enough to show up and play well regardless of the rest. But
Yeah.
as a team, I can't say the same about everybody, and I think just individually, even if you can show up, like I said, the timing of things is just a little bit off because everybody's kind of been. I mean, no matter how you look at it, your mind is off of playing an intense game. So if you can practice the same things that you always do, but nothing beats playing in a real game.
So it's more mind then than body fatigue.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I never like.
Yeah, it has
You
nothing
know,
to
I
do-
did. I
it
had
has
no
nothing
clue.
to
I
do-
didn't.
So do you have
yeah.
a mental strength coach? Like Cole was talking about, he's got a mental strength coach that
Yeah,
he
so-
has. So like for the playoffs, because you have to think differently, like you said, right? There's a different gear, maybe a different mindset you guys get
Yeah.
into.
I don't have that. Some organizations actually provide somebody either that works with both Seattle and the Firebirds at the same time. But I've kind of always been able to motivate myself from within. I never really needed somebody else to talk to
Right.
or give me advice. A lot of it was the coaches that I've had, the strength coaches.
You had some good ones.
I've had some really good coaches over my career, even junior coaches. I played for a guy in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, in the USHL. Mark Carlson was, a guy that really pushed you way harder than I had ever been pushed as a 16, 17, 18-year-old.
Been to Cedar Rapids. There's not much going on there.
No, there's not. A lot of corn.
A lot of corn.
Farming.
A lot of
Oh,
steak.
thank you.
Yeah, a lot of steak.
A lot of beef.
Which I love. So,
Yeah.
I need this.
yeah.
Yep.
I need this in my life.
Yeah.
sure.
No, this is much
So-
better than Iowa, but
No,
yeah,
go ahead.
No, it was more. I was gonna say the mentality is kind of just something that I've had to learn over my career, and some guys doesn't make a difference to me. Like if some guy can get something out of talking to somebody else and finding a way to motivate themselves differently or put
Right.
them in the right headspace going into a game or whatever the case is, I'm all for it. And I think that it's more talked about the mental side of things on all aspects of mental health, and I think it's just a hot button topic for
Yeah, and
us.
sports is a
Yeah,
mental
yeah.
game, though. I mean, you got to prepare
sure.
yourself the right way and come in with the right attitude and
Yep.
and just
Maintain the right attitude.
yeah, especially
and,
when things
Yeah.
aren't going right.
Yeah.
I think that's
And
key.
It's so cliche to say, but not getting too high or too low is actually so important. Like everybody says oh, that's your standard answer, but honestly a lot of times the standard answers are what you need to do, right? Like consistency of doing, not being overly hyped. Okay, we beat Calgary, but
Yeah, I think Cole
who
was talking about he had
cares?
the yips for 12 months, right? He went 12 or 13 months in, it was a juniors were without a goal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And, he said that just every game made it worse and worse
Sure.
and worse. So
Yeah.
I feel like that strength would come in.
Well, I feel like there's a maturity that's happening with the Firebirds this season versus last season. You guys are figuring it out. I think this year it feels more like it's about business. Like there's a certain amount of business, and then like you said, we did what we needed to do. Now let's move forward. Let's look on Ontario, because we were talking before we got set up here a little bit about what does that matchup look like?
Yeah.
And a lot of those guys over there.
Yeah, I looked at the roster. We had talked about I hadn't seen them play a game either live or not this year, but TJ Tynan, I played against him in college. Unbelievable player.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
He plays his role well. He's kind of a little scrappy guy. Likes to try to draw you into taking a penalty on him. He plays his,
He's a chirper, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's a guy that you love to have on your team, but you hate to play against. And
Right on.
I think shutting him down is going to be a key to the series because, I mean, if you let him make plays and you let him have his way, he's
How do you shut him
dangerous.
down?
Yeah. Just be responsible defensively. I mean, a lot of times you look at the game 3, it was 7-5. Like, if you give up 5 goals in a playoff game, that's bad.
That's yeah. I agree.
Obviously, part of that was PK and staying out of the box. Like, there's so many factors that go into that, but they have a deep roster. They have, Hudon from Colorado 2 years ago,
he's good.
Kind of a similar guy, like smaller but scrappy, and doesn't really fuck around. Like,
Well, do you think their lines can match up with our lines?
Of course. I mean, the Firebirds are deep, just as deep.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we've got a deep roster
of
of players.
But I think
But
it's
a different style, too, than we had last year.
Yep.
Our defensemen a lot of times don't know their defensemen, right? There we have very, very
It's
forward-thinking,
much more
forward-playing, offensive, which I love. I mean, for me, I love it because anybody can be anywhere, and if I'm the other team, I don't know who to watch out for, which I think is probably real good, right?
Yeah. No, it'll be a good matchup. I'm very interested to see, how they do, how they respond. I think it's going to be an opportunistic series, right?
For sure.
Staying disciplined, staying out of the box, I think is preventing guys like TJ and Hudon to make plays.
So just get in their face and keep them occupied.
Yeah, just play 5-on-5 hockey because I think, honestly, there's not a lot of teams that can hang with the Firebirds 5-on-5. Obviously, we have a good power play, but, special teams aside, if we can dominate the play 5-on-5, I think I like our chances.
Our special team's really good this year. I feel
really
like
good,
our
but-
PK's been good. We haven't been able to capitalize. I think our penalty kill, not our penalty, our power play is only like 33% or something. It's a lower scoring percentage. I think.
33
Is that good?
Pretty fucking good.
Is that pretty good? See, what do I know?
We'll take it.
I don't know where the rank is in the league, but
I just heard Grant Fear say it, so I'm sure it's right.
I mean, the standard is typically like if you have over 20% on your power play, it's good, and if you're over 80%, that's like the standard. If you're under that, you're below average. I would say.
Oh, see, I didn't. In my brain, I'm like, well, that's 3 out of every 10 power plays you score. It should be more, but
no. But think about you're not scoring on half the power plays you get per game.
For sure.
Because that would mean that the other team is giving up 50%, which is never.
Which is how I would like it.
Yeah.
Hey, for anybody watching real quick, if you see me doing this, I'm not tweaking, but you
It's
can't
the
hear the
music.
music in the back, and I just can't help but just nod my head to
We
the
got
music.
some killer
so.
cloud cover that just came
Yeah.
over, which is actually pretty interesting.
I know.
And
Hey,
you come down here.
Wait,
It's
quick
coming
time.
back.
If you see her, could you get us another round?
Oh, we don't need a timeout. We just
No, it's for me to edit this.
we don't need to edit nothing.
You know? All right, we're gonna order another beer while we're talking.
I'll take another one as well.
Yeah.
And you like coming down here because of the food and the drinks, right? Like that's why we're here today.
This was just always, a place that I like to hang out. Even when I would come before the Firebirds were here, like me and my parents would come down to El Paseo.
I love this place.
This spot's been
Yeah.
here for a minute. It's been here like a long time.
It's fairly close to my parents' house. It was close to where I lived. Rented a house with my wife last year, and just like
I like it.
What's your favorite thing to order here? At
Here,
Porta Via on El Paseo.
Porta Via.
The intersection of El
Shout
Paseo and
out.
Ocotillo.
Shout out to Rebecca. She's
Hi,
the
Rebecca.
best.
Thank you.
If you ever need anything, ask for
appreciate you.
Rebecca at Porta
If you're
Via.
watching this, make it a point sometime in the next week to come down and whenever you see this,
Mm-hmm.
come down
this is kind of
try it
like
out.
just a favorite spot of mine. They treat us really well, and the food's really good. I get a sushi roll here. Actually, they have 2 sushi rolls randomly
right
on the
on.
menu, but I'm a big sushi guy, so it's
we might have to order one.
sushi roll.
Just to
Just to
try
see
it,
what's
you know?
going on.
Just one, so they can see what it looks like.
Just one
yeah.
on the show.
Yeah.
We were here last year for Mother's Day, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
It's usually pretty busy. They have 2 sets of outdoor areas you can sit.
Yeah,
They got
it's good.
misters going. It's a cool vibe in here.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty
good.
pretty glorious.
Yeah.
So California Kitchen right next door. They got a really good Cobb salad, and they got some dishes over there, man.
But hey, we're not
I'm
promoting
a
them.
California Pizza
That's-
Kitchen
yeah.
guy.
I don't have it's the salads. That's what I go after.
I bet you they got a good salad here.
I bet you they
They
do.
got a good salad
I
here.
bet you they do. Yeah.
No,
And then we go down the street down here a little bit. There's some restaurants that we like to check out.
Yeah, there's I can't remember. There's a Mexican place not too far down here that I really like. But yeah, this is a cool spot. It's just
I could do this
cool
all day.
area in
Yeah.
general,
all day.
It looks
Especially
like
after
the
a
kind
win.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Especially after
it's
a
the
win,
kind of
dude.
spot where you run into people you know, right, in the valley.
That's
sure.
what was cracking me up was this was on our calendar to do, and I'm like, oh, God, I wonder where we're gonna be at in the series. Like, are we gonna be like going
Perfect
in Mother's
timing.
Day? Are we going into doing? Are we gonna be down? Like, I just didn't know. So I like having it all buttoned up, nice and neat.
Well, it's just easier to talk about a
Yes.
win and a win series
For sure.
than a what if tomorrow kind of situation. Be
I know,
a
right?
Well,
different
our season for our
conversation.
show is, for whatever it's over. No, our season, but we
potentially.
were talking about doing after every round.
Yeah.
Sitting with someone who knows what they're talking about and
Yeah.
recapping the round and talking about the
Dissecting
next one.
kind of
So
what we saw.
you're the
versus-
first one, so it's perfect.
I love it.
Perfect. I love it.
Well, and you were there too, right? You were near the ice, on the ice, kind of all around, taking a look. And like you said, you were getting feedback from the guys about game one, just where they were at. Then game two, what changed, and now obviously moving forward. So, are you gonna be around for the Ontario series?
I will not be here for the Ontario series.
How do we make it happen?
We don't. Did you hear his plans? You know where he's
know,
going?
I have family commitments.
'Kay.
My sister-in-law is pregnant, and I have
Congratulations.
thank you.
That's awesome.
I have a birthday party to go to that next weekend as well, and then we
That can wait.
go to Italy for 2 weeks, which
That part I
you know,
understand.
is part of a
Okay.
a wedding situation and an extension of our honeymoon. So
That's
it's,
cool.
That you don't want to interrupt.
Nope, we're not touching
Do not
that.
wanna
All right,
interrupt
well,
that.
that's too bad though.
But the good news is, when we get back, if we're still playing, knock on wood, I will be back for whatever round we're in. If
Okay.
that's the finals or if it's the Western Conference.
Yeah, it'll be
championship.
nearing down to about.
I don't know.
to that, yeah,
So I
level.
get back June 8th from Italy, and
Oh yeah, we'll be right around the conference.
I'm not.
Oh, that's the day I get back from
and
Alaska.
I'm pretty sure we played until like June 25th
So wait.
ish last year. So
Yeah, that's what we were just talking because he's going to be gone and you're going to be
Yep.
gone.
yeah.
So I have to do the show either with my daughter or we'll pull in somebody.
I'll Zoom.
She's next up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Next
Oh yeah,
man
you
up.
Kennedy
Kennedy
can take
can-
my
Next
place.
woman
Yeah.
up.
I mean, you guys just leave me. That's
I'm
fine.
sorry. Yeah.
Hey, listen, it's business commitments that I made long before I did not think it through.
No, you
well,
didn't.
except for no, it's our vacation we're doing. That
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah.
But like the following week, I got to go back up to Anchorage for a week,
Okay.
so I'm gonna miss it. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you should get one of the other birds to come on.
They're busy. They got shit to do.
Yeah, then
Like-
who would do that? Who would you want? That's a great
all right,
question.
so listen,
Matt.
I love all the guys, but for conversation
Yeah.
at this stage right now, I want to talk to Macker.
Ian McKinnon.
I want to talk to Ian only
Okay.
because. Oh, thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Thank you.
Only because I just love watching that guy get out there, disrupt, cause shit, and go back. But player-wise, dude, Maxey, Hughes, Potsy, Pork Chops, I love that guy. So
Yeah.
Dude, you're gone. This
all
is
right.
my new co-host, right? For the
no, he's going to be in Italy.
No, he's setting it up.
All right, well,
He's the middleman right now.
Co-producer.
I'll give you co-producer credit. What I care.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
100%.
heck
Perfect.
yeah.
All right.
I think that'd be.
I mean, I've
That
already
would be
kind of
perfect.
co-produced the set for today.
Yeah.
He did. No, listen, he made it happen.
Crushed
you
it.
definitely made it
I-
happen.
I can't go back to the
We're here.
studio. Don't send me
know.
back.
Don't say me.
I want to stay
We just got
here.
to find now. The next location's got to be.
I hear
as
Potts
cool as
is
this.
a character. I hear.
Potsy,
Yeah,
he would be a good.
He a good interview,
he'd be
right?
a good guy to have on the show.
I think-
Max would be good.
Max would be good. Yep.
I think Hayes.
So you
Shorzy
just go
would be
through
good.
and just do what you do.
All right. It's a
We'll
day
take-
off.
let's-
It's
Hold on,
gotta be
she went-
either a day off.
Check
Let's-
this.
let's-
She
Oh
went-
wait, we got.
She went to her first Firebirds game.
What's your name?
Oh, perfect.
Highness. So you went to your first Firebirds game when?
First Firebird game, what was it, Thursday night?
Was it-
Wednesday night.
Wednesday. There you go.
Playoffs.
Yeah. How was it?
How was it?
Game.
Yeah, it was
I took
crazy.
my 3-year-old and my 1.5-year-old.
Yep. Here we go.
Here it is. Took my
Anything can
3-year-old,
happen.
1.5-year-old baby. They loved it. It was great. energy was good. The game was great.
You gonna come see another one?
Of course.
When?
Hell yeah.
As soon as I
Wednesday.
can.
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night?
Yep, Wednesday night.
We're there.
Done.
First game, 7 o'clock. Puck
7
drop against the
o'clock.
rain.
This guy's selling
I
tickets
don't know who
here.
this is. Matt Tennyson. It's
Yeah.
a pleasure.
Thank you. It's nice to meet
What?
Yeah.
Amazing.
you. Nice to meet
Yeah.
you.
Oh, this is a pleasure.
Yeah,
Nice
pleasure's
to meet you.
all mine.
This is a pleasure. Man,
Yeah, see?
I'm like, wait, they doing a podcast? I do podcasts. Let me see what's going on here. I'm trying to check you out.
Yeah.
Right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Now you know.
Finals last season.
Yeah.
I heard you guys did your thing.
We did.
Did their thing.
We tried, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sad I missed it, but you know what? I won't miss another.
Yeah, never again.
I won't
Okay.
miss another. You know,
Season
as
ticket
it was
holder.
my first game, I learned a lot, and I know that I'll be back very soon.
All right, great.
Wednesday.
Love it.
Wednesday. We'll see you there. We'll be there.
You're awesome. Thank you so
Nice to
much.
meet
Thank
you.
you for stopping by.
See ya.
Nice to
I
meet
love
you.
it. First game.
Anything can
Hooked.
happen. Anything can happen.
El
Love it.
Paseo streets are lively.
This is why we love coming.
On a Saturday afternoon.
I can't go back to the studio.
All right, listen. I know we're jumping all over the place.
It doesn't matter.
I want to get back to one. I got this. I asked this earlier.
You got beer on the table. It doesn't matter what we talk
And
about.
don't be politically correct at all.
Oh,
Trust
whoa.
me, I won't.
The matchup:
Careful. Hold on.
Portillo against Driegs.
Ooh, what's that? The goalie.
The goalie matchup:
Yeah.
Portillo versus Driegs.
Yeah.
Each has their own thing. Do you have any thoughts on that matchup?
I'm not gonna lie, I have no clue who Portillo is.
Even better. Okay.
So
Doesn't matter.
So my opinion is
Driegs all the way.
Driegs all the way.
Well, that was my opinion
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
but
yeah. No,
you know, I didn't know
don't
if you-
I don't know enough about him. Again, like, it's so crazy every year. You know, you go to a different team, you go to a different division. Like, guys are all new. Guys are always coming in and out. Like, that guy wasn't there last year, so I never played against him anywhere
That's
else,
what I
so-
love actually about this season. I'm glad that you actually touched on it. Sorry to jump in.
Oh,
but,
good.
but the truth is, it's so much different now because
Sure.
the other teams are different. We're
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It has a different feel now and flavor to it.
Sure.
It doesn't. We're
but-
not trying to
but
replicate.
That's good, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Like you said, it's just a different style.
Yeah,
It's a different style.
and that's gonna happen. That's the American League. It's so
Love it.
different from any other league, really. I mean, the NHL, you got guys who are signed to long-term deals. You don't really get that
That's
in the
true.
American League, where guys are on 2 to 3 year deals in the max. Like, you got 3-year entry levels, and then most
Yeah.
guys aren't on another 3-year
We were
deal
just-
unless you're in the NHL. So. The turnover between guys on teams. Obviously, you can get a guy re-signed
Yeah.
for a couple years after, but
But you
I
figure
would-
3 years is like
I mean, if you get a guy in the same American League for more than 5-6 years, that's rare.
Wow.
I mean, whereas in the NHL, like, you look at teams, they draft like a Sidney Crosby's been with the Penguins.
I know, right? Since I was
his whole
in
career, right?
junior high.
Since
Not that long. That's
2006
40 years ago
or
now.
5 or whatever that was.
wow.
So, it's a long time. So you just don't really see 20, year careers in the American League. So it's
Do you think
Well,
this
you
is the
shouldn't.
last we're
No,
going to see of
exactly.
Driegs
the last year.
for us?
Is his contract up?
This is his. This
I think
is
it is.
I
I think it is.
and it was an option year or whatever. This
Yeah.
is
Yep.
But I
Yeah.
think he's just too good. I think he's got to move up.
I would, if I was Driegs, I probably would, try to sign somewhere where he'd have a legit chance to play in the NHL. And, I have no idea what Seattle's talks or plans are, but
Yeah.
from what's happened over the last couple of years with Driegs, I would say, he's probably not gonna stick around.
Yeah, we're not getting. I love the kid, but we're not getting attached. He's moving up.
Is the best. He's
Yeah.
an unbelievably nice guy. And,
Yeah.
a really unbelievable goalie as well. We're honestly so lucky to have had Dax and Driegs over the last 2 years, because I'm telling you, goaltending is something that you can take for granted. You have a team that, for as much scoring as we have,
Yeah.
if you have a bad goalie, man, I've been on some shit teams with shit goalies, and
Makes for a long night.
It's just, especially as a D-man, it's
Yeah.
like, come on, dude. Like,
That's
You-
and that's
yeah,
more
you gotta
work for
stop
you,
something.
right?
Yeah,
you got to
but-
stop something eventually.
Exactly. So super lucky to have had.
He
those
did
two
great
guys.
last night. I mean,
Yeah, he was awesome.
to end it with a shutout. I mean,
Yeah.
we just, again, there's so many different statements that were made through that game. He looked amazing. He looked dialed in, actually, from the first game. I'm just going to say didn't happen. That was just whatever. It just
Again,
felt
the
like
12
everything
days
else.
off, right?
Everything else after that, they
Everybody
were dialed
has
in.
bad games,
Dude, they were dialed in.
Or just off games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes like you get bad bounces. You give up
Yep.
4 or 5 goals, and like maybe you look back at the video and you're like, oh, we didn't really give up that much,
No.
but the chances that they capitalized on, and sometimes you just got to tip your cap. Like sometimes a team makes a good play, and that's part of
That's part of the game.
That's part of sports. Like you're not expecting to win
Yep.
every game, even though you go into it knowing you can.
And you expect to win.
But
Every athlete
but
expects
every
to win.
season, you
But-
don't go into
but-
it being like, we're going to be undefeated this year.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's true.
Probably never happened.
No,
Not in hockey.
Not in hockey.
No, it never will.
Not an 80-some-odd game
No.
season.
I mean, in a 16-game season in football, or I guess 17 now, like how
Yeah.
many times has it been done? Like
Yeah.
twice? I don't know. It's not many. A
I
perfect
think only
season.
once that I can think. Maybe twice.
I think the Patriots did it. I think Brady did
Undefeated season?
Undefeated, right?
There's been 2. So you got the
Yeah,
Miami
okay,
Dolphins. They did it back in the 70s.
Okay.
And I don't think they won the Super Bowl, but I'm probably getting that
Brady
wrong. And then Brady did it with the Patriots.
And won the Super Bowl,
They
right?
actually lost that Super
Oh,
Bowl
did they?
to the New York Giants on the miracle
Is that
helmet
the-
catch.
yeah, okay.
That was that was the Manning brother.
Yep.
And I think that was him winning his first Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, and
that
then-
was like 2008.
Yeah, early 2000s.
Yeah.
But he did, yeah. Everybody thought for
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
they were
yeah.
going to win that one
Yeah.
because they were undefeated. They were crushing everybody, and then all of a sudden, Manning kid comes out of nowhere, and yeah, the miracle. Well, he should have been sacked number 1. If you remember correctly, he was under duress. He's like scrambling for his life, getting yanked on, cocks it back, hucks it down the field. And I can't remember the receiver's name, but he literally catches it with his
right on
helmet.
top of his helmet.
Top
yeah.
of his helmet. It's like,
Yeah.
how the hell does that happen? And then they
But
lose
that-
the Super
but
Bowl.
that's
That was the one
kinda-
play.
That's the kind of luck I'm saying. So
One
it's
play.
Like you can play.
That's the equivalent of a bad bounce, right?
Right, exactly. Right. You
That
get
goes in-
something deflects off a guy and goes in at the wrong time. It's just like, yeah.
We've
that
seen some
happens.
crazy
Yeah.
shit, man. I'm not gonna lie. Especially
yeah.
where we're sitting, we saw some incredible pucks go in.
I saw you get a stick from a opposing team
That it was.
player.
It
Oh,
was
you saw that, huh?
that was bizarre.
Did you throw it away or what?
No, actually, I still have it.
All right.
I'm debating on what I do with it at this point. So I mean, I could get rid of it. I mean, because I'm like, what am I gonna do with the opposing player's
Sell
stick?
it.
This is weird. But
eBay.
But it's a playoff stick, against Calgary, and we took him out in that round.
Nobody's gonna care.
No, he's gonna. So I just get rid of it.
No resale value.
Okay.
Give it to a kid.
I mean,
I
yeah,
should.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
give it to a kid.
Maybe you raffle it off to one of your fans or something like that.
Oh, that's a great idea. We should raffle it off.
I
Okay,
don't know-
so
I don't know
let's
how- I
let's
don't know
break
how you
down
do
what you
that,
just
but-
said.
I like that. What?
It's a piece of shit souvenir nobody
No,
wants.
but
Let's
they might.
raffle it off.
Yeah, but for a kid.
They
Yeah.
might. They might. It's,
Yeah.
it's still a stick from the playoffs against
word.
Calgary. I don't know why he did that either. It was really random because
Just like threw it in the crowd. I just
he
saw
was
it.
looking at me.
Maybe
I
he was messing with you.
He could have been messing with me. I was wearing the red suit last night, so he's
Yep.
probably like, I'm going to get that
Yeah.
guy. I'm going to get him.
Maybe.
All right, Mr. Firebird, take this, dickhead.
Yeah, right?
That's what
Yeah,
that was.
here you go.
Yeah, that's what that was.
It didn't feel that way to me, though.
Well, it wouldn't.
But you're right. I've been looking at it. It's been sitting in my closet, and I'm staring at this thing going,
Just all
I don't know. I
morning-
don't know how I feel about this.
Just all morning you've been looking at it like,
It's
why do I have this?
kind of. I'm like, why do I have this? Do I need to keep this in my life?
No, you can keep it. I'm just messing with you.
I don't
care.
I don't know.
Is that the stick when I came over this morning was hanging on the wall with a light
Yeah,
shining on it?
that's
Is
not
that the one?
true.
No?
That's not true.
I actually saw you over at the Calgary locker room. trying
Yeah,
to
right?
sign
Oh
over
shit!
it.
Oh, that would never happen.
That's pretty funny.
That
That's pretty funny.
never happened.
So you're on the broadcast team. So technically you're still
yeah.
involved. So is that your playoff beard you got going?
Yeah, it's
Is that what that is?
Oh, it's cute.
it
by
is
the way.
what it is.
It is what it is?
Yeah, I
It's
kind
cute.
of just grow it out and trim it. Not.
Well, you're not
for
playing.
any
On account of
reason
You're not
or-
playing.
or-
Yeah.
Because that's your playoff beard,
It's my
right?
playoff beard.
I got-
Yeah,
this
but-
is mine. This is as
but
good
yeah,
as it
this
gets.
Looks
is,
good.
Yeah, that's all it gets.
I get the undercarriage done though because I can't
Yeah.
stand.
I
The
gotta
neck
trim
itch.
it
Yeah.
underneath here. But
Yep.
I
Well-
usually go like grow it out until I just can't stand it, and I just shave the whole thing and
And
just let it grow back.
Really?
up again.
Do you have to shave it for the wedding pictures in Italy?
Ooh.
I will probably. Yeah, it'll be a bit cleaner than this.
Bit cleaner. Wife's orders?
No, she doesn't care.
She didn't care.
If I told her I was gonna have a beard, she'd be like, okay.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah, but out of respect for looking nice
sure.
in a tux in Italy, I'll probably.
That's gonna be pretty.
I'll
That'd
clean
be.
it up,
I don't know. You don't do social media
I don't.
I know.
I mean, I have one, and it's mostly just like.
So that's
But
why
you're not
you never
really-
I'm not
respond to
posting
what we
on
post
it.
about
It's
you.
mostly just following people that I.
You're a stalker.
Grew up with, or
You're a
something.
stalker.
Stalker.
Yeah,
He's a voyeur.
I don't.
I don't
like
think
to
you
post. You know
follow-
what? It's honestly, I don't spend enough time on social media in
Good.
general. So it's like I just check it, like make sure I see, or not make sure, just if I'm bored or something.
It's just a way to check in, though.
No, yeah, you check in, and I'm
I like it.
sure,
No, listen, it's a great way to keep in touch with people you don't want to keep in touch with. It's brilliant.
I think it is.
Yeah.
And
Just keep tabs.
I probably should do a better job of posting
Nah,
more. But
you're missing exactly nothing.
yeah, no, I'm not. It wouldn't be for like likes or. I
And,
wouldn't-
and whatever
No.
you do,
Public
don't get
thing.
TikTok.
No. Oh hell no.
No
TikTok
I don't do that.
causes circulation issues in your feet.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, you just kind of stay
You sit
put.
there on the toilet for
No.
49 extra
Well,
minutes.
you're a fiend. You're a TikTok fiend.
I can't
No.
I stay off it.
I can't help it.
I don't mess with it.
I hate that I can't stop it. I want Congress to ban it so they make the decision for me.
Yeah.
So
no,
I can't look at
never
it
did.
anymore.
I never did TikTok.
Are we meeting? Is her name Rachel?
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
I see her over there, but I
Oh,
think
no
she's-
worries.
I think
Wave her
she's
over,
probably
tell her to
just,
come over.
No worries. She's probably busy running a
She'll
restaurant.
come say hi at some point.
Okay.
So
I figured. I figured.
It's
So what are you
all-
gonna
it's all
do?
good.
So you're leaving soon, right?
I'm leaving Tuesday morning. Yes.
Tuesday morning.
Which,
So what's
My-
on the dock? What do you do?
my,
Like more golf and then.
well, yeah, I would love to. I am actually not golfing on this trip, so a little bit disappointed in that. But no, my mom's birthday's on Monday. We got Mother's Day tomorrow.
That's
so
right.
Here for.
Happy Mother's Day. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt real
Yeah.
quick.
Oh, to all the moms.
Yeah,
yes.
because by the time this airs, and Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Shouts to the
Yep.
moms. I got
Moms
a great
are awesome.
mom.
Yeah.
And if you don't have reservations yet, we came here last year for Mother's Day, and it was really good.
This is
So
the
yeah.
jam.
Yeah, it's
give them a
really
call.
good.
Although it'll be
So
Tuesday.
you're
Mother's Day will have come.
It
and
sounds
gone by
like it's
the
all
time
about
this airs.
mom. You're hanging out with family until you leave. Then sounds like because of birthdays, Mother's Day.
I mean, yeah, tomorrow and then
That's cool.
and Monday I'll be mostly family, but when I get back, my brother-in-law just texted me, asked if I wanted to golf on Fridays.
Yeah.
So I'll golf Friday with
Where are you
him.
gonna go?
Just somewhere in Jersey, somewhere close to home. Nowhere.
How's the weather over there? Is it getting better right now?
Yeah. I mean, it was
golfing
actually,
weather?
It was actually 70 the other day. It was nice.
That's
It's-
getting better. That's
it's-
getting
you know,
better,
Okay,
bro.
so it's not sticky
in
yet.
in the spring, it fluctuates between, it could be 50 one day, it could be 80 one day. It
Yeah.
just kind of depends on the winds, or I don't know.
We get the same thing up north at Washington.
Yeah,
it's
no,
the same
just-
kind of.
It's random. For
Yeah.
Sure. So.
Yeah, one day it's raining and snowing. And
Yeah.
It's not like that here.
No,
No.
every day's the same.
Is
Yeah,
it?
it sure is. It's too hot for me, honestly. Right
Well,
now.
yeah. When are you gonna move back though? Eventually, like you are gonna be your
Yeah.
part time though, right? We talked about that.
I would like to be able to come regular. My parents are always here, so it's an easy place. Especially, hopefully, knock on wood, we have some kids soon. We can. This was a place that I came when I was a kid, and I loved coming here. The weather. I learned how to golf and play tennis here. It was just. Obviously, the weather is amazing, especially when you're coming from Jersey and in the winter for Christmas. and
You'll
stuff
be
like
here,
that,
dude.
so.
You will.
Yeah,
You
but this time, like May till November, it's too hot. I don't care. It's dry heat. Yeah, I don't
I understand.
Well,
No,
so is the oven.
yeah.
Ovens are also dry
I think
heat.
June definitely.
Correct.
Yeah, June, July.
It's just
that's
it's,
it.
It's too much. For
Now you're
me.
just shorts and t-shirts and you're just hot.
Yeah,
But I like it.
I mean, when it's 115 and you're trying to do anything outside.
No, that's
and
why you
I
don't.
have
Oh, so that's your mistake.
Yeah,
You're trying to do
exactly.
something outside.
Yep.
Yeah, but I love being. Why would you not want to be outside if you're? in
'Cause
Palm
it's
Springs?
115.
I can sit inside back at home if I want.
No, I get you.
Like you come here.
Well, that's
for
my
being
ultimate
outside.
plan is to have a place to go hide in Washington for a couple months just to get
Yeah.
out of this stuff and then
Yeah.
be back the
That's
rest
the
of the
thing,
time.
yeah.
I mean, I think that's the thing to do.
We'll see how my wife's job does and see where we're at. But yeah, it would be nice. Obviously, we'll be here to visit. And
Well, yeah.
I'll be here to do stuff with the Firebirds and in the community. I'll be around.
Is that going to be another thing? Because I think we talked about you getting involved in that way. I mean, is that maybe on hold and maybe next season we look at that? Or
Yeah, I think after this season is over and we kind of have some more serious talks about what the role can be or should be. I have some ideas of stuff that I would like to do.
Nice.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I like it. So the in between the benches for me was like okay. you know, the calling the play-by-play was all right. The last broadcast we did, I just did like the pregame show and intermission report, and I like that better because I could just watch the game and analyze it in my head, and then had plenty to talk about. So I just like that style for me personally, but I don't know if that's like a full-time career kind of a thing, or it's just like, yeah, I'm in town. I would love to.
You should talk
come
to
to
Evan.
the game, and
he's got lots of jobs. He has
sure
lots of
jobs.
No, Biv's my boy. Yeah,
dude.
No, we've talked. Plenty,
So many jobs that he does.
You know, though, he's not going to last either.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
No, he'll be in the NHL.
Yeah. So.
But for the time being, he's a great guy, great contact. He's a friend, so
that's awesome. He seems when we had him on and we talked to him in the past, he's easygoing.
Yeah,
you could tell he's about the business, but he's really he seems easy.
Yeah, he's chill.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Yeah.
And obviously really good at what he does too.
Very
so
good.
He
detail oriented,
easy to work with, and you know, especially when you're on the broadcast, tees you up nicely and just includes you nicely. Like, he's just a true professional at what he does. So
I agree.
He's so natural too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you got to figure, when Grant started, he was kind of a deer in the. He notoriously for decades not much of a talker.
Right. And now he's talking.
And I never really got to pay that much attention. But last night, driving, listening to the game, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And he's almost Nostradamus-like when he says in the pregame report, you know, what they got to do is come out and do this and this and this and that.
Yeah,
and this is what's going.
He's right.
And like clockwork, it's exactly what happened. And you know, so I see you fitting that.
Yeah.
Before you know it, right? Get some hours under your.
Yeah,
hat.
it's definitely like the timing of when to say things and when not to say things, and just what to say and how to say it, how to be, you know, articulate but concise in what you're saying is.
I noticed on Wednesday, because I was able to watch the local feed on TV from the hotel.
Yep.
You when they were going, you looked like you weren't quite sure if it was your turn or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when it was, because Gino was kind of fucking with you a little bit.
Yeah.
And but when you jumped in, you did a great job.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to talk about it how I would talk about it in my head or to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's one of the things I hated about the idea of doing that in the first place was, you know, I hate when I tune in and it's like the most generic, like just run-of-the-mill thing, like dump it in, get a good forecheck. Like, it's so boring to listen to. So,
Yeah.
Right.
I think they do a good job. It's definitely the timing is, you know, something to get used to, and you know, how they run their show also, like when you do it every day, like just like you guys. Like,
That's right.
Every time you guys are doing it together, so you guys' timing works great. But when I just show up for a random one or two times, like he maybe set something up that I don't know that he's setting up. One, because
But you will, right? With some experience, you
That's what
absolutely
I'm
will.
saying. So
yeah.
It's just, I mean, that was really like third, fourth time that I did that. So it's.
Well, if you want to join the regular cast, man, we'll get another. I'll go on
Oh,
Amazon,
dude.
get another mic stand, get another
100%.
mic, and we'll get you all the experience you want.
Let's go.
I mean, I'm happy to jump in whenever I'm in town.
Yeah.
And you have been, dude. I can't believe that.
I'll just be a continuous host or a guest.
The repeat, the
Sure,
repeating
repeat.
guest. Dude, I love that.
Yeah, but you might have questions for another guest that we wouldn't think to ask. So
Right. Well, like
true.
we can drop back to the other guests that we were talking about having on.
Maybe you give me a list of.
we'll
of
put
guests
you over
that you're
there
gonna
between
have,
the poles over there, and you can have your own like little headset on.
You have
and
to Skype me in or something.
in the
we'll have
green screen.
some kind of video setup monitor. Yeah.
Would you want to do that kind of stuff as like right after the game or whatever, and just ask honest questions to your guys, like, and anybody who's going to be in that locker room, obviously you're going to know some of them then as you progress, but to get that authentic, hey, what the hell happened out there, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the
I don't
locker
know.
room
I'm
answers.
still like unsure if the broadcasting thing is for me.
Okay.
In general, I think I'm more like a laid back guy, so I like this.
So maybe this
kind
is
of-
your environment.
yeah, for sure. Like I would rather have a beer and like wear regular clothes and wear a fucking suit and tie and talk like a.
That's not you.
That was a good
it's
rental,
not-
though. I saw. Did you rent that? Is that a rental?
Never.
Never?
We talked about it.
Yeah, no, I talked
You
about
tried
that.
to chirp me for that already. So I got a custom suit guy. You can't can't stop
Dude, he's
my suit
flexing
game.
on you with a custom.
Dude,
Do
I know I got-
do you
listen,
have
I
a
got-
custom suit guy?
No, I got the Hollywood Suit Outlet. That's what I got. That's
I-
off the rack.
Men's Warehouse.
Yeah,
Off the
I
rack.
haven't bought one of my suits from a store, so it's not.
All right, well,
When
not
you're
a
rolling
problem,
like
yeah.
that, though, you can do that kind of thing,
Well,
right?
I mean, I collected them over the years. I
Right.
played enough that you
That's
got,
why you stay in
get
shape.
Suit guys that come into the locker room and just size you up, and
Really?
there's a bunch of different people, but yeah.
So wait a minute. So all the dudes that like when we see them like strutting, when you guys are strutting pregame and all that,
Yeah.
are they getting their suits done? And that's what the boys are
I
doing.
would say most guys have a custom suit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So those short
All right, listen, I'm getting a
slacks
custom
are on
suit. I'm
purpose.
gonna wear
Yeah.
it the next time I
Oh,
see
yeah.
you.
It's called style, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think to a certain degree, yes, but
Yeah.
to each his own.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking. I'm just saying that ain't for me.
it's
I don't mind a
think you're
little.
out of the
I don't mind
age,
a little.
age bracket for.
That's
rocking
probably
that,
true.
yeah. But-
I'll stay in my lane. I'm not
No,
going to
I-
pretend to be something I'm not. I can tell you that.
Exactly.
But I know how to dress.
You know, I think
Yeah.
I've never seen
No,
you in a suit.
I know how to dress though,
sure.
and I know how to dress for my
But you
age. I
gotta keep- yeah,
guess.
but these guys are in their 20s.
And that's where it's at. It's high. It's really high, man.
it's
And the
gotta
new
show
things
the
wearing
ankles
dress
off.
shoes with no socks. I don't know how to do that. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done
Yeah,
that a
it's
little
because
bit.
you gotta have nice shoes, so it
Right.
accentuates the shoes.
I got nice shoes, but I
Yeah.
wear socks with them.
But
you
it's
know,
also
'cause-
like you gotta have tapered pants. You can't have
I agree.
baggy.
I agree.
the
Slim
baggy
fit.
suit pants or the
No,
suit
that's
jacket's
out.
gotta fit
That-
nice.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It can't be too tight though, because that's out. Like having,
Who wears
having
the
it too
tightest
tight.
during the golf tournament? There was somebody. Was it
Yeah, you
Cole? Was it Lindy that was
Yeah, he
rocking
was
the
wearing-
tightest
he was wearing
pants?
Jogger pants. Yeah, I remember that.
I thought,
Yeah.
it's game on for who can wear the tightest pants. I
It's
think
definitely the
Lindy
joggers. Like I kind of have like a similar. They're hiked up because I'm sitting down, but
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
but the
no, that's
jogger.
not.
can't.
Those are fine. That's not.
The jogger style is definitely, especially
in.
for athletes, just
He's right.
more comfortable to wear and shape.
So when you're in your 40s, you just that's a no.
I mean, I'm hoping I still have a similar body when I'm 40. But
Yeah, but like you said, it's
you
an
gotta
age
wait.
thing, right? It's,
So in
is,
your
for sure,
50s,
yeah.
you
I don't
know.
know. We'll see.
yeah.
I got you.
I feel like I like to adapt with
Yep.
whatever's trending, but I like comfortable
There you go.
over anything. So
But there is something to be said about a good suit.
There is something to be said about
I
it.
mean,
So
you like it does make you
Have
feel different.
State and Liberty, actually. Have you heard of this company?
State
No.
Liberty.
State and Liberty. They make like stretch fit suits. It actually was it was a hockey
Ooh.
guy who started the company
There we go.
from Michigan, and all their suits, shirts are stretch fit. So
That's actually really nice.
yeah, it's
That-
the
I think
best.
if I walked into court wearing a stretch fit suit, that might get more looks than I want to
no,
get.
like you would never be able to tell.
You can't
Oh,
tell.
really?
No,
Yeah,
you can't
could actually
tell.
move in it.
Yeah,
That's actually
exactly. Yeah, it's they're
That's
the
State
most
Liberty. I'm gonna look that
comfortable.
up.
It's
I'm gonna look that
The
up.
ones I
if you need to
wear,
a suit,
they move, but they
I highly
don't.
recommend it.
It's all up in here that gets
Yeah.
caught up.
Yeah.
I wear my suit exactly as long as
Set-
I have to.
You need to send me that link actually,
I'll get it for
because
you.
that might be good for my next season suit. I need
Yeah.
something that moves. That's not bad.
It's
Not the
If
Amazon.
you're gonna have to wear it a
I- no,
lot,
yeah.
it's like, especially if you're sitting down, it's elite.
We're
It's
onto
the-
something.
It's the best.
They just
suit
have
you
to have the
can
right colors though. But yeah,
That will be.
That's what I
more
need.
of an issue.
You know, I'll
think-
bet if they put
I
a
honestly-
State Liberty patch, they give it to you for free.
I think they do a like custom orders, honestly, but I'm not sure.
okay. Next season we're looking
you,
into
you
it. Dude.
look into it.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
if you need
And joggers. I want to get some joggers,
some
bro.
joggers, there you go.
I want to hook that up.
Yeah, you'll be
Actually,
like-
isn't Lululemon right down the like we're
Yeah.
right here?
Yeah, I think it's down there.
They gotta have something.
Down
Yeah,
the
they got
corner.
joggers. I like.
I'm gonna
Kit
get
and Ace
fitted.
better.
I'm gonna get fitted. You
Kit
like what?
And Ace is better than Lululemon though. Kit and Ace.
Kit and Ace.
Yeah, it's like
I'm out of the loop, bro.
yeah. Well, it's been around for a long time. but
Okay.
It's a similar thing, but it's based out of Canada only.
All right.
And I think the quality is better. A lot nicer joggers. Lulu's kind of like commercialized now. I almost feel like.
Will you guys handle that? I'll just get mine where I get all my clothes at Costco.
Well, we're talking about two different things.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
We're on to a different subject
Yeah.
where you can get clothes, a book, some meat,
And a set of tires for the car.
set of tires, and some toilet paper, and your
Hey,
house
don't
is
get me
set.
wrong. I love Costco.
Heck
but
yeah.
I'm not
I
buying
I got
too.
news.
clothes there.
You're in your 30s. When you get in your mid 50s like me,
Bro.
you're going to be a Costco shopping.
It is the
motherfucker. You
best.
don't
No,
even know.
I
It's the
shop
best.
at Costco. They have good food and some things, but clothes is not one of them.
I agree. Well, I don't know. I found a couple sweatshirts and T-shirts from there, but however,
I'm too bougie for that.
that's
be
all right.
honest.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
But you said I like comfortable. I
all
like.
good.
Let's go.
You can boosh.
Yeah.
I've never seen you in a suit. Do you have suits?
Do I?
Yeah. Never seen you in a suit.
Like a real suit?
Like a real
Like
suit.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I
an
got,
actual
I got a
suit.
black one.
You have
Yeah.
ties?
I got-
So
You
you
have
only
clip-ons?
Yeah, I don't like ties,
You
though.
only have two
No
suits.
clip-ons? You got
I
little,
don't like ties. I
No?
don't wear ties.
I don't like ties either.
I don't
but-
think
Do
around
you
my
know how
neck.
to tie a tie though?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Dude, I'm.
As long as hey,
You got to get
just
to.
checking.
No, you.
I was just making sure. All right.
So there's going to be some people that are going to start typing in right now in the comments. You don't know Kyle well enough. He's got.
clip-ons.
Nah,
Oh.
I don't.
Clip-ons, dude.
I got style, bro.
Okay,
The
alright.
Insert the word style versus.
I'm
no.
waiting to see it.
Yeah, well, I've never seen it. I've known you a while now. I've never seen it.
Come on, man.
Never seen
Come
it.
on, man. Really?
I saw your realtor picture. That's about as dressed up as I've ever seen
Oh
you.
man, that was years ago. I can tie a tie, bro.
All right. Good.
I've got.
I believe you. You know.
I'm not defending.
So,
it.
Might have to
but
send me a
Cli-
video
I just
or
hear the
something,
hear the word clip on, and I just get.
Lindy's got a lot of good suits.
Yep.
Driggs, Max.
who's the best dressed?
I mean, those guys are all up there. I mean, it's guys that have been around long enough to have, the suit guy
Yeah,
come to training
exactly.
camp and
That's fair.
get your measurements and, yeah, I think honestly at this point, like everybody looks pretty good. I think
Good.
it's kind of a trendy thing now.
It's competitive.
Yeah,
Like,
not
who's gonna out-
Not competitive, but guys don't want to.
I don't know, man.
Guys don't want to look bad. So
That's true.
some guys might look the same because it's like a generic, like dark or black suit, but they look good.
Men's
A lot of
warehouse.
plaids
Fits
going
them
on.
properly,
A lot of
though.
plaid.
A lot of
Yeah,
plaid.
plaid's good. I like the 70s.
I like plaid.
Plaids,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good look.
Who's the worst dressed?
Oh, there's some bad ones.
Wow.
All right,
Wow.
listen. Last year, so we don't
Wow.
alienate any of this year's guys.
And I feel like it's some of the younger guys, right? So that's because you
Younger
kind of
guys,
you've
for
separated
sure.
them already.
Karts was bad.
What?
Like, I hope a year in the NHL did him well because he was struggling last year. Not a style guy by any means. A little bit.
He's just there to play
more
hockey.
Meat, he's meat potatoes.
He's
It's
just
like,
there to play
give
hockey.
Give me the puck.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
That's all
I
I'm
just
here
want to
for.
score goals. That's it.
Yeah.
You know that little 70s
Smart.
porno mustache thing
Yeah.
going, and
Yeah, he was.
but man, he could play though.
he
Don't
could
matter,
play
yeah.
for sure.
He could get it done.
Yeah. So he was up there for worst dressed. I don't know. That's got to
Yeah.
be the only guy that stood out for sure.
Fair
I
enough.
feel like Riker's stepping up his game a little bit. I think him spending some
Can't
time
use a
up there-
measuring tape, but you
That
can dress.
Doesn't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting aggressive. He's grown. He's grown right in front of our eyes.
Growing right in front
He's
of our
matured.
eyes.
Yeah. A couple
Pretty-
NHL games will do that to you.
He was up there for a
That's it.
while too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
he
good
looked
for him.
too. I saw him play at MSG
Okay.
this year. I saw Hayes play. Driggs was up but didn't play. So it was cool.
Do you hang out with those guys when they're in town like that and you're able to see them, or do you just go to the game, say hi, and everybody's busy doing their thing?
You know what? Hayes is like my boy. I'm going to his wedding this summer,
Nice.
and he just got called up right before that game, and I was like, Hayes
Don't.
is playing at MSG, like I'll be there. So that was the only reason I really went to that game. But it just happened to be that Garth was up there and Karts was up there and Driggs happened to be up as well. So
Nice.
it was just cool to be able to see those guys after the game, and obviously Hayes is from out east, so his family was there too. So
He's another one I'm not getting attached to. He's
Yeah.
not going to last very long.
no, I'd
We're-
be surprised if Hayes was here next
Yep.
year.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's getting called up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
we're
not
gonna
called up.
lose.
He's gonna be on a different organization.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
That sucks because
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
So our roster, I mean, okay, going to that, because you earlier on we're talking about how guys don't stay very long, 5 years if they're lucky. That's like a lifetime.
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking. We were sort of talking about this on the way in, but we got a lot of guys that are free agents. We got a lot of guys that contract issues. We got a lot of guys that we might be losing.
It's gonna be an interesting
I
summer
mean-
for Seattle and the Firebirds.
Yeah.
Because that unfortunately is not necessarily in the Firebirds' control. A lot of that comes from Seattle. These guys are on NHL deals.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to the GMs up there who they want to keep, who's in their future, how well do they want the Firebirds to do or not do as going to depend on the vets that they bring in, honestly.
Well, just looking at what
re-sign,
we got and what you know and what you've seen, I mean, do you feel like we're going to lose half our guys, or like do you feel like we're going to lose a good handful of? I mean, I know they're going to go pro or another team or another
10 to 12 vets next year.
Yeah.
From the roster that we have right now, so. Obviously, you can't hang on to all those guys. I would say typically 6 to 8 vets, which puts 2 vets in the stands, assuming no injuries. You know, you're going to lose at the minimum 4 guys probably, just based on vet status and not being able to hang on or pay those guys. Because you're either way, like the vet is going to want the most money. Yeah. Right?
Sure.
They demand the most. Especially somebody who's been here over the last 2 seasons, assuming that, you know, we keep going in the right direction this playoffs, but in any case, you know, they're going to be demanding.
So
top
if we were to say that guys like Hughes and Max and Porkchop are the core, you know, our core veteran guys, are we going to lose? I mean,
you know what? That's, you know.
And I'm not asking for your prediction, but
yeah,
it just in general, guys like
you're
that.
You're probably going to lose one of those guys, you know.
To retirement or to another team?
No,
probably another team.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's up for retirement on the current roster that I can see. You know, you got guys like Carrick, too, on the back end's a vet. Shore is a big-time vet who will demand, you know, a top dollar as well. So Hades is another one too, top dollar guy. You know, it just depends what Seattle is looking for, and unfortunately, moving forward, the fans are gonna have to understand, like, every year is not gonna be last year and this year,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not, you know, an answer that or a comment that people want to hear, but you know, I hope that they pay guys well. I hope that continues, but at a certain point, you can only dress so many guys, and you have to have your young guys develop. Seattle wants their young guys to play, so it's finding the right mix between the right older veteran guys and younger guys that are ready, and or making that next step. And do you have somebody to fill in if there's injuries with the Firebirds, injuries with Seattle? Like, GM job is not one that I would want.
That's like black belt level chess player job.
Well,
pretty crazy.
It's just a very intricate conversations to have, and especially trying to find free agent players or signing guys. Like, you don't know who you're gonna get. You don't know if that guy wants to come play for your club, or if, you know, another team's gonna offer more money to go play in Ontario. You know, the guy might not care if they come to play for the Firebirds or Ontario, if they get more money to go there. So
I think it's a young team, so we're a young fan base, right? A newer fan base.
Yes. Yep.
And I think everyone has got to adjust to the fact that we're just foster parents, right? We're just fostering. And as much as I would love to keep all the guys that I love, I want them to go and do well, and I want every one of them at some point to hoist the cup. I want them to have that experience.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not going to be mad. I'll be sad about it, but I'm not going to be mad about it. And that just is what it is.
I think we're going to learn after this season. Like, people are going to see how quickly things change.
This is going to be harder than last year.
I agree. They did a good job of keeping a lot and keeping it consistent.
I think next year is going to be...
I think that's going to be a big overhaul. I think we're going to see...
It's going to be okay, right? It's going to be okay.
Oh, sure.
I also think it depends on what happens with Disco. I think
I was just gonna.
We all went there, because there's a lot going on. Seattle has there's a door. There's a door there that he could walk through. We don't know.
Yeah, and depending on what he does, and you know, what he would want on a team for next year if he stays.
Crazy.
What a new coach, whoever that is, would potentially want out of the, you know, options that he has to re-sign. Yeah. I don't think Coachella is going to have a problem signing vets. You know, it's an easy place to
or a coach. Anybody who's any coaches, any players. I think this is the spot they want to be.
But I mean, you have guys that have been here and know what is expected of the teams and in the community, and you know, guys who have shown that they can play at the highest level. So I think you know, you try to bring back as many of the guys as you can, but
it's not going to happen.
Unfortunately, it's just impossible to do that. So
what happened in Seattle? And I say that, I don't mean like they fucked something up. I mean, they've got great talent. It just didn't happen. What happened or what didn't happen?
A lot of injuries,
And
though.
was
I mean,
Hackstall to
there's a
blame,
lot of
or-
that.
I don't think so. I mean, the NHL is another beast, you know, compared to the American League. I think the pressure in an NHL locker room from, you know, the GMs down to the coaches and players is like, it's a much more tense environment and a much more serious, like not quite as loosey-goosey as, you know, it might be some days here. But we've also been winning here, and you know, easy times are easy to be loose and fun, and you know, when you find tough times in a season, it's you know, sometimes pressure from the fans or the coaches. In the NHL, you know, guys start losing jobs. You know, guys get sent down or guys lose ice time, and you know, that affects their livelihood. Whereas, not to say that that doesn't happen here, but guys here are, you know, kind of on their first try of it, at least. You know, the guys that have been around have, you know, put their time in and tried. But up there, everything is so much more serious, and it's just another level.
Maybe that's what went wrong. Maybe it needs to be a little more loosey-goosey and have a little more fun with it.
I've always thought that, which is why I think, and I don't know, I think Disco would be a good guy that kind of blends being loosey-goosey, knowing when to be loosey-goosey and when to be serious.
Do you think he'd be a good fit for Seattle?
I don't see why not. I think
he knows the farm team. He knows, you know, he's
It's
been in
the
the
same-
pros.
it's the same
he knows all
system.
the guys,
he
for
knows
sure.
the system.
It would be an easy transition for him. I think, you know, with his resume, he can pretty much do whatever
he
he
wants.
Like he's one of the more detailed coaches I'd ever played for, and just his passion for the game is pretty evident right away. Like the amount of video he watches and his knowledge of every scenario when you I mean when you play and coach as long as you have, but also when you just know every scenario of every situation that can happen. He just,
I imagine he sees it like Rain Man, just
Dialed
seeing
in.
things nobody else can see.
Yeah, but that's a really good thing, because when he preps you for, you know, a team like Ontario for a playoff game, he is so detailed and knows exactly what to show you, shows the right amount of it's just different. So,
And I'm sure he's sitting in front of a monitor right now, scoping it down.
I
you
don't.
want
Don't be
another
afraid
beer?
to interrupt. It's okay.
I'll have one if you have
I
one.
don't know if these guys are
I'll have another
thirsty
one.
or not.
All right.
I'll have one more.
We'll do one more
beer.
round. Yep, thanks.
Feel bad drinking
so
my
the
drink.
natural follow-up question is then, if Disco goes, does Jess
There you go.
take over as
There you go.
head coach and dot. Then what happens?
You know, that's I have no idea. I honestly could see Jess going with Disco.
Ooh.
I don't like that at
I
all.
don't like that. Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
That's a terrible
I
answer.
think she's probably ready for that. I mean, I don't know. I think she would be. I don't know if she wants to be a head coach. I think she's I mean, she's very detailed as well. I think she's very similar to Disco. She runs the power play, and not that I was on the power play very often, but you know, when I was in those meetings filling in for guys who are hurt or up or whatever, you know, she's obviously very good at what she does, and has been around the game for a long time. I have no clue what the Firebirds would want to do, or you know, what her plans would want to be. Like, if she wants to, I would think she wants to coach in the NHL. So if that opportunity arises with Disco, I think it would kind of be a natural fit for them to both.
He would
go,
I guess. I mean, because
It's his call,
coaches,
right?
they bring who they feel they need.
But I don't know. I mean, maybe not. Maybe the situation is, you know, only a head coach. And
Only
you
head
have
coach,
to,
right.
to take on whatever assistants we want to put in there, or maybe they think Jess isn't ready after. Who knows? I mean,
I think what it boils down to is whoever goes, wherever they go, whatever they do, I just want them to do well.
for sure.
Right? If she's ready, great. If she's not, man, I like having her here.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to be successful, whether it's here or somewhere else. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry about Jess's career. She'll be fine.
No, in fact, and I know very little about her, and I would love to have her in that seat.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Just to learn. Just to learn.
You want to know who the big fish are? Yeah, go ahead and get Jess and get Dan in here.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
I don't know if I could get Disco to do it.
He seems a bit private.
Jess would be great. Do you know this lady?
Hello. This is Rebecca.
Hi.
Awesome.
How are you?
Thank you so much for
this
having
has
us
been
and
great.
letting us interrupt your whole space here.
Can we?
Well, thank you for letting me interrupt you.
No, I'm grateful.
Can
for
we
you.
interview her? Can we have her sit
Yeah.
down?
Do you mind just? I'm gonna move over. Have a seat.
Is that okay?
Here, have a seat.
Is that okay?
Good. How are you? Good to see you.
So how long have you known?
Kyle's gonna ask you some
Yeah, how long have you known Matt?
Oh gosh, you guys
Keep
are
keep
putting me
going.
on
You
the
got to keep
spot.
going.
Right over, yeah.
Keep going. Keep going.
going?
Yeah, just so we can get you in
Okay,
frame.
I'm in a frame. Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink your beer and you talk.
No,
and-
it's your beer.
Well, it's mine now.
So who? What's your
My
name?
name
right
is
up close.
my name's Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca. I'm Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
Yeah,
Hi,
and it's David.
Nice to officially meet you.
This
I
is
see
Matt.
you. I know Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've met Matt
How long have you known Matt?
since the Firebirds have been in the Coachella Valley.
How
So-
did this place become synonymous? Because every player that we've talked to, everybody says this is the spot to come to.
I love it.
So how did that happen?
Honestly, I think just it was very organic.
Yeah.
I mean, we opened the restaurant in May of 2022, just as the Firebirds were gaining momentum
You've only been here
here.
a couple of years.
Oh, no
Correct.
kidding.
Yeah,
See, that's
May
why I kept thinking like this has been a forever establishment. The way you were talking, like, oh yeah, man, this is
Yeah.
mom and dad. And
So
this
just
is
kind
where
of
we
like
go.
organically, and
Okay.
then I and my family, we got into hockey. We were amazed at like just the overwhelming support of the community, and so the guys would come in with their friends, their wives, girlfriends, and would recommend the other teams to come by. I know
That's
these guys
awesome.
all know each other throughout,
Oh, yeah.
growing up through the game together, and then last season in the playoffs we had the Bears and some of the
Oh, yeah.
the opposing teams coming in to dinner. I'm like, how is this happening? And but
Yeah.
like you said, like they're
You should've
recommending it.
undercooked their chicken.
Tried to get them drunk.
Yeah,
They didn't
that's
really
that's the
well.
maneuver. So it just organically happened. I mean, it just
Yeah.
you guys stumbled across this restaurant, and then all of a sudden it's
I
like
don't
this
know,
is.
who
And I
originally
mean, I think it
did.
helps too. I mean, we're part of the Shops on El Paseo, as you
Yeah.
can see.
Yeah.
And the Shops on El Paseo does have sponsorship with Acrisure Arena.
Mhm.
So, like, through that sponsorship, we've been able to just, have a really great relationship with the team and with the arena. But Porta Via itself doesn't have, a separate
Sure.
sponsorship because, we share the street with wonderful restaurants like Eddie V's and now
yeah.
Shorebird. So, it's been great for the shops too. But, yeah, it's fun, and we've gotten to know all the guys.
And they've hosted events here, right? Like,
Yeah, they had an end of season.
Yeah, we had a
two end of season.
few things. I think
Yeah.
it was like a pre-playoff and then postseason.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a couple dinners and like.
I told him, I said, we'll shut the doors down, and you can
Yeah.
stay as long as you like. So
Yeah, yeah.
they closed the place.
who's
down.
eating the most? And who's drinking the most?
Oh. I mean, they all can eat a lot.
Yeah, we
I
can
believe
eat-
that.
Yeah, we can eat a lot.
I know we're eating
And we can also
tomahawks,
drink-
but
we
I
can also
mean,
drink a lot.
Unruly.
No, they're
No,
not.
that's not what I asked.
Nobody was unruly.
Yeah.
Nobody was unruly.
okay, but who?
Even if they
who's?
were, I wouldn't give it away.
Yeah.
There's
Dang it!
Yeah.
All right.
No, but they can eat
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
can drink.
Yeah, we can do both.
But you guys burn
Yeah.
it off on the ice.
Pretty
so.
well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So this has become the go-to spot for a lot of the players, and then
Mhm.
just anybody in general. It sounds like it just seems like.
I feel like
Yeah,
you guys
it's
are
got a
always
great
busy.
vibe. Obviously, you guys are here on the
Yeah.
patio enjoying the beautiful weather. Our food is great.
Yeah, tell
I
me about
mean,
your food. I've never eaten here, so don't get mad at me.
What?
I've been.
That's crazy.
Here, I've
That's
That
ne-
is crazy.
So, tell me if I always ask my servers. I'm like, okay, so first time being here, what dish? What are you gonna? What do I need to try so I can walk out of here going, yeah, that's the spot.
So
What do you recommend?
Sushi wise, the jalapeno tuna
He
roll.
keeps getting on the
That's what I
sushi
said.
bandwagon.
So jalapeno
Awesome.
tuna roll,
All right.
#1 seller,
All right.
and then the miso glazed Chilean sea bass.
Lights
But
out.
if you want to go red meat, I would say the fillet. And I know a lot of the guys like the
Yep.
grass-fed steak. So
Yeah, and you have those.
yes, yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah,
everything-
sushi is definitely a popular, and we're not necessarily known as a sushi restaurant.
Well, that's why, yeah, it
There's
surprised
So it
me.
kinda
only
surprises
two
people.
rolls, right? Or, or
we have
three?
3 rolls now.
3? Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
3
But
rolls.
yeah, you never almost ever see that. Just sushi on a random menu that has
Yeah, and
you know,
there
such
are
a
other
wide
restaurants
variety.
that have sushi on their menu on El Paseo, but for
Okay.
whatever reason, everybody's
Yeah.
taken a liking to
This
ours.
is the
So,
it.
Yeah, this has been the
this is the
hit.
spot.
So we were serving sushi there last night at Acrisure as well. I don't know if you
I
guys
didn't
caught
see you.
that.
I tried to find you.
So
Where
we
are-
were
where
up on the
you?
premium level, like up in the suites. So it was a little
okay.
challenging, obviously, because
Trying to get- 'cause you
everybody
couldn't-
was like, "Where's Porta Via?" But you had to have
I
a
see.
ticket
Yeah.
up in the suites
Ah.
level. So we were up there.
Or it's
Silvercrest,
maybe who you know.
or in who you know.
I think
well,
maybe.
a couple people texted me too. I'm like, "Tell me where you are. I'll
Heck
bring
yeah.
it to you." But we were serving 3 different rolls, and we had fresh fruit and mochi, and
That's
so
awesome.
it was our kind of our foot in the door, just being able to get over.
This Wednesday?
No.
Great question.
Well,
Maybe.
potentially.
Well,
we're
we might
going day by
potentially.
day.
Wednesday,
Day by day.
Friday.
Day by day,
I think
game
there's
by
a
game.
Friday,
I was a little
right?
nervous. We were gonna be there on Sunday and then simultaneously
Right.
have like a ginormous day here
Oh,
at the
man.
restaurant. But thankfully, the Birds took care of that last night. So
Yeah, that was awesome.
yeah, we don't have to worry about
No, we're
a
good to
Sunday
go.
Mother's
Yeah,
Day game.
exactly.
But
So there's
yeah.
a chance we might see you on Wednesday, Friday, potentially, possibly. Okay.
We'll see.
I like
We'll
that
see.
answer.
They liked what we did.
I like the answer.
So,
Because if
but
you have
we're-
sushi, we're going for
Yeah,
it.
but regardless if Porta
going
Via
up.
is there or not, I'll be there.
Awesome.
My family, we have season tickets as well.
What section are you guys in?
We're 108, so we're
You're
real
not-
close to you. I
you're-
see you out there.
You're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're an you guys are iconic.
I wouldn't go that far.
No?
I wouldn't go. We're just
Notorious.
You just have a love for the game.
notorious. I like that one actually.
Notorious.
Yeah.
Notorious. And you guys started. Did you start last season at the beginning with everybody else, or did you jump in kind of
We jumped in
midstream?
afterwards.
'Kay.
We jumped in afterwards. We had the good fortune of going to a handful of games the first season and getting to know the guys. And
Nice.
then of course, the momentum of the playoffs was super fun.
Yeah.
And then my husband and I talked about it, and we were like, let's do this.
Oh, heck
It's,
yeah.
We have 2 small kids, so for us, it's memories as a family.
Yep.
And being able to provide that to our kids, and
How small? How young?
7 and 9.
Oh yeah, that's fun age.
Yeah.
It's a good age.
They
That's
love
great.
it.
Yeah.
Well, and you met my daughter.
Yeah.
Saw that. Yeah. So she's a big hockey fan.
It's fun for the
Who's
whole
your
family.
favorite? Is it? Who's your favorite? I think it's Riker and John Hayden. Those are your favorite, right? Yeah. So boys, if you see her out there, just say hi. Yeah. She likes to get up at the glass for warm-ups and all of that. But yeah, it's fun. The kids come and hang out, so that's been great.
the best part, and,
Yep.
and being in that section, the kids are able to go down
Yeah.
with warm-ups, say hi to all the guys, and they're banging on the glass cheering,
it's fun.
and then they've started a little puck collection at home for the pucks that come over the glass at the
Yeah.
end. So
Nice.
That's
they
awesome.
love it. Yeah.
So you have the similar story as kind of everybody else that goes through the Acrisure. Eventually, they become a season ticket holder and families and friends. Yeah, I mean it's true. And then
I mean, the team has become such a part of the community. And,
Yeah.
And then for me, being here on the restaurant side of it and the hospitality side and seeing them, I don't know, it's just something really special about it.
I agree. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you
We're
know
all in.
if you know about our show, but that's what happened organically. That's how him and I met, was through last season
Okay.
in December, and then this came after the season. And yeah, so it's just been, they've done a lot for the Valley, obviously, and we've talked with Matt about it previously, but
Yeah.
now you can become a fan of the show, and then you can start telling everybody like what's going on.
For sure.
Yeah. Because
Yes.
this has been awesome.
I
I
love
wa-
it. I know it's beautiful, and it's not often that I actually get to sit down and view it as a
It
customer
really
would.
is.
So,
Enjoy it sitting
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
but it's a really beautiful place. It's really beautiful. So
Well, we love it.
I'm
Thank
happy.
you for-
Yeah, seriously, like
happy
this has
to have
been
you guys.
amazing.
I tell them all the time, just give me a call, shoot me a text, let me know you're coming in, and
Yeah,
we'll
no.
save a seat.
Thank
Push
you.
other people
thank
out of the
you
way
as
to accommodate the
always.
Firebirds.
Yeah, thank you as
So.
always for taking care of us.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
We're doing this again, if that's okay with you.
Yes.
But we'd love to come and this is really
Let's do it.
comfortable.
No, I
Not
don't either.
necessarily.
Anybody, we'll bring
But
anybody in.
yeah, I mean, no questions asked. Just
Well, and
let
you
me
should
know.
say hi when we're out at the arena too. Like,
I will.
you know what I mean? Now that we're friends.
You'll be there Wednesday, right?
Yes.
To watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
you
Wednesday,
go.
Friday, and we're looking at tickets for
Just
Sunday
got- we just
to
got
drive
ours
out
for
there.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Where are we at? 102?
We're in 102.
102
Get him in 102.
Yep.
is.
I'm there. Oh yeah,
Perfect.
I'm showing
Love
up.
it.
I'm
Yeah,
showing up.
hell yeah.
How
Close-
actually?
It's close enough.
How is it? Yeah, exactly. How is that going to go over? I don't think they've even seen anything. We're going to come in hot.
What do you mean?
Well, I think with Dave and I showing up, like you said, we're iconic for being a
Oh,
little.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
little bananas, but I've never been to a road game #1, and
Okay.
especially a road playoff game #2.
Mm-hmm.
That's.
And I'm wearing the orange #3 with
You'll,
their.
you'll stick out.
It's going to be
for sure,
great. I'm
yeah.
excited to piss
You'll
some
stick
people
out,
off.
yeah.
So
I'm sure you'll get a couple comments for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be great.
It's definitely not as nice of a building. So,
No? All right,
yeah.
we'll see.
Do you know if there's other season ticket holders or people in the
There's a
valley?
ton of
Is
folks.
there-
Yeah,
is everybody trying
guys
to sit
show
in the same
up.
section, or were we just buying tickets wherever? Or
We
what's-
went wherever. We went where we
Okay.
thought we wanted to see the most action.
Okay.
I know there's going to be people gravitating towards certain sections and doing, but
102
Okay.
we went rogue.
equivalent of
Yeah.
106
Yeah.
is right where the Firebirds will be shooting
Yeah.
twice.
Okay.
So that's where
Okay.
we want to be. That's where we're
Yeah,
we're,
we were
we're
looking
used to
at
sitting in the action
tickets
zone.
earlier, so I need to pull the trigger and just
Yes,
get some.
get online now.
Okay.
This is going to be
Done.
too late for them to get online because, well,
Well, I'll put it on Facebook.
there you go. Okay.
Perfect.
So we're doing it. So we're going to see you
Doing
out
it,
there
we'll see
too.
you there.
Okay.
For sure.
You
Well-
gotta wear all your gear.
Yeah.
I got it.
All right.
I got the chain.
You're all in. I love that.
Thanks for letting me come and say hi.
Well,
I didn't
yeah,
want
of
to interrupt.
course.
No,
I
you're
wanted to
great.
Oh,
listen
you're
to you,
good.
so-
That was perfect.
Awesome.
I appreciate you doing it.
So you're good.
Yeah.
Did you want anything to eat? Anything else to drink? Everybody's good.
I'm okay, unless you guys want something else.
Right now,
Maybe when you
but
wrap up,
I think when you wrap up, you had me at
sushi.
jalapeno tuna
Yeah.
roll thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
We'll
gotta
talk
try
about
it.
it after.
Give me the signal. We'll send it
Oh
over.
yeah.
But I'll let you guys finish.
You're
up.
awesome.
Well,
Thank you.
nice to meet you.
Thank you very
much
much.
again.
Speaking of which, what time is it?
Almost 5.
It's almost 5.
Okay.
All right, so
Well
back
then.
on the mic, dude. That was so cool. She's really cool.
I know. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I
She's
can't
the
wait
best.
to
She's easy going.
see her
I
out
like
there.
her.
Yeah, no, she's great. She's obviously, as you could see, she set things up for us whenever we needed it. No questions asked. She's the best. So this place actually gets really popular at night. So I'm surprised.
Really?
I bet. Well, it's
She loves-
early.
she
Again,
loves
it's not
it,
even
yeah.
5 o'clock yet. It's early. People
Yeah.
are
We'll get
still
kicked out. We'll
taking
get
their
kicked
naps.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty short.
We got
here.
a few more minutes. We can.
We'll wrap up here.
I think
Uh,
a lot of people are headed back to wherever Calgary or wherever they're from. Pack their bags
Back
up.
on WestJet. Back on
Yeah.
WestJet. Angry.
See you later.
That's why.
Hey, listen. No disrespect to kids. They
No.
played. They had a good season. They got good players. They're gonna come back.
I might even keep that stick. I don't
So-
know.
Oh,
They
see,
tried
he was
hard.
gonna keep it the whole time.
I don't know. I might even keep
Yeah,
the stick.
keep it, sure.
But
Put it on your wall.
Or not.
But they're done now. But they're done now, right? So WestJet back to Vancouver or Calgary or wherever the hell you live, and
Yeah.
Birds on. All right, so we do have a few more minutes left.
Yeah,
What do
yeah,
you want to
sure.
talk about, man? We've been asking all the questions. What do you want to talk about?
Hey, this is not my show. This is
It-
your
it
show.
is
well,
now.
actually, you're
It
going to
is
start
now.
getting executive credentials.
Yeah, you're
All
getting
right. Well, I
producer
need more
credit.
time to if I have to prepare questions. But
Oh, well, you got to be. See, this is where
You gotta
gotta
be-
I feel
you
right
gotta
off
be able
the
to go
cuff.
on
like
the fly.
last time you guys had like
rapid fire
ra-
questions?
yeah, like ranking lists of something to.
Well, I did have some
Did
rapid.
we? You might have. I didn't. I don't do notes.
I just did the rapid fire questions, but since you've answered those, we covered the bases. But
yeah. I don't know.
I tell you what, if I had a sister, I'd let you date her. How about that?
Perfect. All right.
You're a
Thank
nice
you.
enough
Yeah,
guy,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. I try to be.
I know you are.
Speaking of Ian McKinnon, no.
yeah.
No, he got a lot of no's for sure.
You got a
Are
lot of
you-
no's.
I feel like with the YouTube show, I feel like you're a little sad that you're not still doing more of that. Is that true? I get that sense.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't.
I feel a little
I wouldn't
sad.
say that necessarily. I think a lot of other people are sad that I haven't.
A
Done
lot
more
of people
that.
are sad.
Yeah, man.
We hear it all
How do
the
we-
time.
I do.
How do we get that
comment
back?
around the ring often, but
Be fun.
honestly, it's been mostly schedule.
Sure.
Schedule conflicts, and I think next year, depending on a lot of things, it could be more consistent where I could just come in, once a month, once every couple months, and just shoot like 2 or 3 episodes, and
Be fun.
then they could, plan it out however they want to release them. But
if we can help, I mean, I know you got a whole production team, but if we
Yeah.
can help,
Yeah.
we'll be, we'll help.
yeah,
Becky's got it.
I think that's probably more up to them, and I know that
Up to
they,
Kyle, Sarah.
I know that they know that it was popular, so I'm sure they're willing to help out.
I just know that we talked about it a little bit last time, and it's been brought up a few times. So I just didn't know if there's any other conversation. But I realized with Riker being busy playing hockey up there, and you being
Yeah.
busy over out of country, I mean, there's no way you guys are doing
It
that.
didn't really work out timing wise this time, but again, we'll see what happens, and I don't know if Riker is necessarily gonna.
No,
No,
You
do
know,
you
he
know
he
who'd
doesn't have
be
to
a
reprise his
perfect
role.
replacement
but
though?
you could.
Perfect replacement
Oh.
for the pool, Viliotavainen. Big ass 9
Just
foot dude in that tiny pool.
pouring out of the pool.
Yes.
Literally just sitting
And
there.
I could just tell, and maybe I'm wrong, that guy's funny. I'll bet he's funny.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, I'll bet he's funny.
I like Otto. Yeah, he's a good guy.
I hear Steska's got quite the sense of humor. I heard he's a
See, I don't know him very well.
Yeah, I heard he's a
wasn't here
clown.
last year, but I have heard those things as well.
Yep, I heard he's a character.
Goalies are typically weird, so he's probably got a little quirkiness
He
to,
is, yeah.
to his jokes, but
That's what I've heard.
yeah.
Well, I think that'd be fun. I think kind of you being able to exercise that creative side and do that part, I think would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then you can just kind of put whoever you want in the pool and create something different.
Yeah.
You do whatever you want to do, man. That's the beauty of it. I think season 3 overall, after whatever this looks like, is going to be different. Just the whole thing is going to look different.
Everything's
gonna
going to be different. It's always
cool.
going to be different, so we just got to roll with
It's going to be cool.
Just have fun with it.
I'm excited.
And who knows who we're going to get, who we're going to meet, what kind of fun we can have. I mean,
Yeah,
it's going to be what it's going to be. Win, lose, or draw, man. I'm on board.
It's definitely going to be different. Like I said, year by year, it's going to be changes, and there's definitely going to be seasons where you're like, wow, this isn't as good of a team. It's just that's the nature of this business.
So, which leads me to, I'm not trying to be all serious and whatnot, but you're a founding father, right? An inaugural member, an OG, as it were.
Yeah.
And that's always, that's one thing, no matter what happens, no one can ever take away. Is there, and I realize we're just an AHL team for whatever that means, but does that have I'm not even sure what I want to ask about that, but does that mean something to you as much as it means to us?
Yeah, I mean, for me, definitely, but that's only because I've been coming here since I was a kid, so it feels even more special that, there's a professional sports team.
You were a kid, you never could have imagined this, right?
Never, ever. I mean, I was coming here, it was like so much just sand and cactus.
A lot of dirt.
Just so much dirt, yeah. I'd go on a walk with my parents and grandparents, and we'd be like walking in the desert, and now this whole place is just so built up. And
just think how many times you've driven by that open dirt lot where Acrisure now sits. Never once imagining what it would be.
Area, though.
Of course, everywhere, but
Yeah, I never would have thought, because I think the only other rink was in a mall.
One in Cat City by the car dealership, and the one in the way back in the day in the mall during COVID.
Yeah, but the one in the mall was like the OG rink here, and that was like, oh, I guess somebody's gonna skate here, but I never would have dreamed or thought that there would be a professional team here, and not one that could compete right away, and have that fan base. Nobody knew what to expect going into last season, how the team would do, how the fans would respond, but
it went flawless, really.
It couldn't have gone better. So
I agree.
I mean, I guess my question that I didn't ask was, how does it feel to be part of the single most important thing that's ever happened to this valley? No, I'm not being hyperbolic.
No,
I'm serious.
I think it's a great question.
Nobody knew that would happen, but it ends up that's what happened.
There's some other cool stuff that's gone on.
There has been Coachella. There's all kinds of cool stuff that happens here. But
I see what you're saying.
Nothing else ever has brought the communities.
And you were the founding father. You're part of the team to do that. So even when you get to that age of like,
you didn't know that was going to happen, but it did, and you're a part of it.
That's pretty cool. Maybe he hasn't even thought of that.
Now think about it, fool. We're here.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, every year you don't really know what to expect going into the year until you can kind of look back and reflect on, how the season went, and you would never expect to go to the finals. Everybody's like goes into the end of the year is like, we're gonna win as many games as we can, and we're gonna try to win the
hope for the
You
best.
just got to win today's game. That's it.
But there's every other team that doesn't win or doesn't do what they had originally set out to do. So to be able to do that in our first year and have the fans be as supportive as they were is, I mean, it's just such
unconditional.
It's such a unique thing and experience. So obviously something I'll never forget, especially for somebody like me in my specific situation, come basically home away from home here.
All of the stars.
That's the coolest part.
Think of all the things that had to happen in a particular order for it to have happened for you.
It's crazy. And
Can't even do that math,
for
right?
my parents to be able to be living here and see my last real year of hockey was really
and to have that
special
kind of
and
year.
fun. Yeah, and just exactly. Obviously, like if we would have won the whole thing, it would. I mean, everybody wants to say that, but you know, I think it was almost just as special. Either way, it feels.
I
like,
agree.
You know, it
yeah.
feels like we deserved it, and you know, we came up short. But
I don't know if you deserved it. You earned it.
we earned it, but
you earned it. You worked for it.
Sure.
And I guess by virtue of that, you deserved it. But nobody
But
gave you anything. You took all of it.
Well, that's why I think it speaks to like where you're at now. I mean, there's not a lot of players that I know of, or maybe I don't know a ton, but outside of after their career's over, done. I mean, you have opportunities now through what this has kind of been.
Yeah.
Like it's turned into something else.
Yeah, it's been good. I'm just
crazy.
happy that the fans have been as receptive as they have.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, when we're successful, there's opportunities that come of that.
Yep.
If we had sucked and like we wouldn't be having.
I agree. No, I agree.
Being all pissed off and
I agree.
trying to find the answers, and we wouldn't have fans because they'd be like, "Why would I pay to come see?"
I agree.
A shit product. So it's
no way of knowing, right? No way of knowing.
Stars definitely have to align each season, but again, if you're not paying the right guys to come,
there you go,
and you're not setting your team up the right way, like they knew what they were doing, like.
That seems to be the thing. They knew what they were doing, even the pre-planning process.
It was set up.
They knew.
It was set up way before that. Like, they knew that we were gonna have this building specifically. They've probably been talking about it 2-3 years.
They were
before that.
They were,
and then potentially planning on because the Wikis, I mean, it's not their first time doing all of these arenas, so like. If they're going to have a good product, they need good players to be able to win games.
I think they did everything right, dude. They
did it right.
Seattle was having that conversation before they became a franchise.
Exactly.
It actually started with the farm team. That was the conversation. It was where are we going to have it, who's going to come through it, and then it became about the Kraken. So it started really with the farm team, and then became about Seattle. They started there first, which was the right thing to do. Who's going to feed our team? And now Kansas City, I mean, those guys are
cranking.
They're doing a hell of a job, and they're producing talent.
We get to steal.
And I love how hungry they are to come play for the Birds, and when they get a taste of it, they're like, "Oh, I want to play here." And now they're balling out right now. They're playing their asses off.
They're good. They're a good team.
They want to come here because they're like, "Oh, we can go to Seattle."
I've seen games.
The opportunities
doesn't really work that way.
The opportunities there, though, but from what they've seen this year. They got to be looking at it going, well, look, at least they're moving their players.
Do you think it's the whole experience? Because I've been to games in other arenas, and I've watched them, and there's nothing like what we have here. Do you think those guys in Kansas City are just thirsty for this, knowing what it leads to?
I think they are, and I think it's making them play better.
Yes, of course. Like anybody who's been here for any stint, call up or whatever, and you want to be here more than you want to be in Kansas City, no doubt.
Right.
But you could say that about, anybody looking at this team who comes and plays on the West, comes in and plays one game here. If I could sign here, I would do anything, to play here. Almost any hockey player is a golfer. So this weather for that, mean, compared to almost any other American League team,
agreed.
You're not going to get this.
Yep.
Vegas is maybe the closest thing, but not even close to the fan base, and it's it's too close to the Knights, and it just doesn't.
I've heard you've been there, and I heard they do pretty well in that arena in terms of filling seats, and it's only 5,600 seats, so how hard could it be to fill?
They do it. It's still different, like this product here
because they're not us.
I mean, well,
ain't nobody like us.
That's for sure.
I mean,
but
they're spoiled.
I think it's obviously a bright future for the Birds.
I like it.
As long as they keep doing things the right way, and obviously there's going to be a lot of turnover, and there's going to be challenging times, but I think they've realized, I hope, that they need to manage the rosters the right way and the coaches the right way so that you don't get that huge dip, because
it's gonna mathematically it's gonna happen over
of course
a lifespan
time
as much like Hershey Bears, right? They've been around since day one. They've had ups and downs and ups and downs and ups. We're gonna have the same thing. I get it, but we're gonna have the same thing fine. I love them no matter what. Like this is unconditional.
It's what we said yes to, which is fine.
But teams like Hershey notoriously have paid guys a lot of money to play there. And that's why
We'll do a start a
that's
GoFundMe.
why their product
There you go.
is always good, because you have
They're investing in their
the
players.
vets that they
Yep.
sign, get paid a lot of money, but you get the best guys.
But
And
Okay.
it seems to be working here. I mean, I don't.
so that's what I'm saying.
They-
So as long as they do that, because here's the thing: is as an owner, you allocate the money to sign guys, right? It's based on how much revenue you're bringing in and cash flow between all of your expenses, whatever. But if you're a team like this is making way more money than almost any AHL team,
the
so-
Bakersfield Condors.
Right.
You,
so
you've
then
got
the-
you've got the bankroll to pay the best players.
So, like, if you're
You
going to be
should.
a greedy owner and you're going to keep more of that revenue to not pay a guy an extra $100,000 to come
Sure.
there, like, we're talking pennies at that point.
But doesn't that, and again, I don't know the business end, but doesn't that extra $100,000 equate to an extra $300 in ad revenue and other revenue sources? I don't know,
I
not
don't know how
not
you
dollar
break
for
it-
dollar,
I don't know how
but
you break it down, but my whole point is if the product slips, then your revenue slips because you're not going to get
well,
people
yeah,
in
Okay.
seats. So, like,
exactly.
if you're paying the right guys the right amount of money to be good players, then that's just what you do.
all right. So what I hear you saying is, as long as we keep the arena full
Mhm.
and we spend money at the concessions
Mhm.
and buy swag at the shop,
Mhm.
we're going to get good players. That's what I hear you saying.
Well, one hand
I mean,
it
it's
washes
not-
the
Yeah,
other.
no, not like that. No.
One
not
washes
that
the
simple,
other, right?
but-
I mean, and like you said, winning cures all.
Yeah.
Winning gets people to show up. It gets people to embrace. It gets people to buy in, right? And then through that, the revenue then stream starts to build up, right? And then they can pay players potentially,
Yeah.
if the operations are doing it correctly.
Yeah.
And I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. I don't at this point, but I don't know. I'm not running the organization, so I don't know. I don't know their books. I don't know what.
All right,
they
when I
have
get
to pay.
home, I got to tell my wife we need to
But-
buy 2 more seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got to keep our good players.
I
She's
think
not
That's
going to
it.
let me. It's not going to happen.
Buy season tickets.
Buy
Yep.
season tickets.
I got them. From
I know.
day
And
one.
And show up to playoff games.
I am paying for playoff games and
Yeah.
next season's tickets
Yes.
already.
Yeah.
Already, man. I
Yeah.
just paid off this season's.
I
They're
hope so,
not
yeah.
messing around.
No, yeah.
My season ticket deposit went in 4 years before the arena opened.
I said I didn't even know about that either. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was that.
It was on the news. My wife saw it. She got them for me for Christmas.
wild.
I forgot that I had them until I got a call from the office saying, hey, it's time to come in and who is this? Yeah.
So when can we expect you back? Because I mean, we've done 2 shows now. Now I think a third is appropriate.
I think we need to get a 4th mic and just have him be a 3rd host.
That's not.
Is that all right with you?
Hold on.
I
How
mean,
about-
I'm not here full time.
That's
so
the problem.
Whenever you're
That's
here.
the problem. Well, yeah, when he's
Whenever
here.
you're here.
But then he's only here for small periods of time. And we got mom. We've got other
Yeah,
engagements.
it's
We've got.
a lot of commitment.
think he's got time for you?
Yeah, no, he
but,
does.
hey,
We're
I'm
important.
here,
We are very
here
important.
again. So.
Yeah.
On a consistent basis.
Yes.
Yeah,
but what we'd like to
but
do-
no problem.
the-
Like I'd be more than happy to come here and crush some beers
Like,
and
I mean,
Exactly.
Shoot
Dude,
the
this,
shit.
maybe we
This
go
this
golfing.
is the most fun show we've done.
Maybe we go golfing.
sure.
You can go. All right, yeah, you want to go? Let's go. But you can't.
I mean,
tell
we're not
anybody
very
what you
good.
see
How
out
you
there.
shoot,
We're not very good.
shoot a podcast while you're golfing, but
You could do it.
all right.
We could do it.
Hey, this is your show.
We
I
could
need.
do it.
I need 4 months.
You let me
notice to
worry about that
practice.
part of it.
If you need me to arrange,
we'll figure it out.
A golf course
Okay.
situation, I can.
I think it'd be a lot of
think
fun.
we
We
can
could
make
go
that
out there,
happen.
just have somebody shoot the footage. We just wear, the mics, and then off we go.
Okay.
Simple.
As long as nobody
Simple.
judges
We
me.
can also come back here and we can bring some other.
Wait, we can shoot at the
Ah.
Classic Club.
There you go.
My daughter's the cart girl,
Yeah, we'll just get a round in and,
and
then shoot
I'll
the
just have her.
podcast.
You know,
Why don't we do?
There you go.
Yeah, we can do like 9 holes.
Yep.
And then maybe we shoot the first part of the podcast, have a couple beers, and then we go play 9 holes and just enjoy it,
That
and
would
then
be
whatever
fun.
content you can get.
That
I
would be
feel like
fun.
our next episode's writing itself.
Yeah.
I think that would be
Yeah.
amazing.
When are you back? When are you back?
So I mean, I told you I
June.
have the trip to Italy. So
June.
June 8th is when I get back.
'Kay.
And assuming
Is July too hot for you to golf?
Oh. Whoa.
I mean,
He's a little bougie. Hold on.
Get like a
He did
5:30
say, hold on. He's a little.
time.
He's a little tender.
That's about my style, though. Not.
Well, are you gonna really golf when it's
I just
110?
don't like to shop at Costco for my clothes.
No, it's
That's-
only
I don't like to
99
either.
at the Morning
I
Sunrise.
don't like to.
Hey,
I
you
didn't
said
say. I didn't say
Hey,
that,
You said you had a Costco sweatshirt.
dude.
Hey,
I
You
do
did
have
say
one.
that. No, I was
I do
there. I
have
heard
one.
you. You did.
Absolutely.
You said it.
It's legit though.
I have 0.
It's legit.
Because
you need to take a look at the sweatshirts.
No. To each
Kirkland
their own.
brand,
To
dude.
each their own.
Kirkland.
Kirkland brand is good, but not for.
Yes, it is.
Not for
Yes, it is.
fashion. No.
No. Dude, I'm
Oh,
not hitting the
fashion,
runway
no.
with it, bro.
I'm not hitting the runway
I'm
either,
sitting
but-
outside
Yeah.
smoking cigars around my fire wearing my sweatshirt. That's Costco
No,
for
you
you.
gotta
That's
get-
Kirkland, man.
You got to get something better than that.
No,
I'll
not
help you out.
You're gonna help. You're
Yeah.
you gonna take me shopping?
No, I'm not taking you shopping, but I'll tell you where to go.
Yeah.
You got to figure that out for yourself.
All right. Well, this is cute. I like that. I like Matt Tennyson's trying to help me out. This is
Yeah.
cute. This is good. I like it. This
You
is
do
good.
need help.
Try
I don't
it.
need help. I love you, man.
It seems like it.
Let's go. There's so many avenues down here. Let's go take a look.
Yeah.
Let's go take a look.
Take a walk.
Dude, this was fun. Looking
I know.
oh shit, we're like 15 minutes over. We're gonna get in trouble.
It's all good.
No,
Dude, this is
I
so much
think we're
fun.
good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
So if we're good on time, so I want to say one more thing. So I think I told you last time that when I was younger, like in my 20s, I learned how to skate, learned how to play. The paramedics that I work with, we had a hockey team, and it was all whatever. It was what put my skates away for 20 some odd years. Finally broke them out again,
Nice.
and I'm back on the ice,
Great.
and
How'd it
I'm fucking loving it.
go? Loved it.
I'm
Okay.
not very good. In fact, I'm actually what they would call bad,
Okay.
but I love it.
Great.
I'm having so much fun, and I play D, so.
Sweet.
You know, and I got no shots, so that's not why
That's all you need.
I'm just a disruptor.
Yeah. Great.
So come October, I'm going to join a team at the arena.
I can't wait to
Perfect.
take footage
Yep,
of that.
it's going to be fun.
We're
It's
shooting
gonna
that
be
for
fun.
sure.
Yeah, it will be fun. But you guys see, you inspire more than that. So
There you go.
when I break a hip, though,
Don't blame me.
it'll be your fault.
No.
Dude,
don't blame
hockey
me.
shit gear has changed.
Yeah.
When I 30 some odd years ago when I bought my skates, I walked into the pro shop at the rink. Man, let me get those Bowers over there. That's great. Cool. Took them home. Now it's like buying a car.
Yeah.
There's sizing, and the computer has to do its thing, and then you finally get them, and then all right, I'll be right back. We're going. Got to put them in the oven. In the oven,
Yeah.
like to have them form fitted. Shit's different.
It's definitely
Very different.
for sure. It's also become so much more expensive.
Oh,
I
you're
mean,
telling
the
me.
price of the top end sticks and
Oh, man.
skates is just. I mean, since I was a kid, it's insane.
So I got a Sherwood, all wood. The guys
That's-
at pickup are like, "What the
that's
fuck is that
insane.
thing? What is that?"
That's insane.
I've heard of those. Can I touch it?
That's
Can I hold it?
That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
I'll hook you up. What? Which way do you shoot?
I shoot righty.
I'll give you one of my
Dude,
sticks.
and let me just say, so
I can't have you using the Sherwood. That's embarrassing.
I went to the
yeah.
when I went to buy a stick. I'm like, hey, I go, yeah, let me get a thing, and I need a coffee curve. He goes, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I go, Paul Coffee. He goes, I don't know who that is.
Who doesn't?
The guy
don't?
at the
Oh.
pro shop at
Oh,
the
okay.
the hockey store. I'm like, it's a more intense curve with a thing. He's like, yeah, we have numbers 1. What? I'm like, okay, just give me that fucking
Just
stick.
some random kid.
Yeah.
Doesn't know anything. Yeah.
Who's Paul Coffee? I'm like, really? Okay. So, yeah, I'll take you up on that
All right.
because
I'll get you.
I do. I get looks.
Yeah.
I get looks.
I'm not embarrassed for you.
Hey, you can use the Calgary stick I got.
I will not use that. I don't want it touching
It's
my
a-
skin.
it's a lefty.
Yeah.
How'd you know?
Exactly.
You were really paying attention.
No, I just saw who threw it. and I
Oh,
was
you
a
knew who he
lefty.
was.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was.
I just from playing against him. Yeah.
Get rid of that stick,
I
dude.
just saw it. I mean, I-
You need to have a
what do you want me to
sacrificial
do?
bonfire
That's a good idea.
for that thing.
I'll wear my Costco sweatshirt, have a cigar in the
and then
fire,
put
and
that
then
in
I'll
there
put
too.
that.
Apparently,
I'll put that in there.
yeah.
No, I'm not getting rid of my
Yeah,
Costco
just for
sweatshirt.
your
Nah,
Kirkland ass sweatshirt,
fuck, no.
little K with a circle. I don't know what a Kirkland logo is.
No, negative.
I think you give it away to somebody.
Okay, that's fair. We'll give it away to somebody.
I'll
Yeah.
trade it. I'll get you. I'll get all the Firebirds to sign a stick for you to replace the Calgary stick.
Ooh, have them
You
all
can
sign
hang-
the
you can
Calgary
hang that
stick.
one
That'd
on
be
your
funny.
wall instead.
Actually, so in my office, I have a couple sticks.
Okay.
Right, but
All right.
I definitely
Never mind. Then you already got one.
no. I think, but I don't have a full on. I think we need full on. Yep. sign sticks and
I don't-
and be
I
done
just-
with it.
See what I can do.
I just want to not get laughed at on the ice. You don't have to sign it. Just fucking,
Well, no, your practice
I don't want
stick.
you to do that either.
Your practice stick definitely needs help.
oh shit,
Yep.
dude, this was fun, man.
This was
I'm so
good.
glad you came back out.
Of course.
Yeah, I
We'll
appreciate it.
shake for the camera, right?
All right.
We'll say thanks for the camera. We'll cut that shit.
There
and
you
we'll,
go.
Great.
We'll order up.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't think so, man. Yeah.
Dude, that was fun.